Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. What's going on, man? It's your boy Sal in the building. What's up, fam? Feeling the groove tonight. Carry on the march to Zion, man. Oh, man, just fucking with you guys, man. Great day on the markets today. Thank you for joining me, man. I'm in episode 133, 132. I'm not even tracking anymore. This is 133. Damn. Thank you so much for joining me here live. Yes, indeed. Let me see here. All right. Okay, let's get back to the stream here. 1 second. All right, there we go. Who's in the chat room? Penny Stock Guru, Roderick Gray, More Peace, Gerardo, Mark M, Mike Jones. Damn, we got a lot of people already in the chat room. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and get the show started. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the show started. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, so many good stocks to talk about, but rough day for some of these pumps that are, kind of reached their end. OWCP being one of them. 2-3 days in a row now, OWCP taking quite a beating here these last 3 days as that wonderful pump, by the way, was incredible run for OWCP. I don't take anything back from that. Someone's saying my mouth is delayed. Is there a big delay? Okay, hold on, man. Oh, God, man. Hold on. Okay, let's see here. 1 second. There's no delay? All right. Some people are saying it's no delay, and then some people are saying it's a delay. Is there a delay or not? Because I've never had that problem before. All right. Okay, let's go. Let's keep it going. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Episode 133 in the building. And already some pretty good stocks that are up and running to talk about. Let me see here. BBRD was one that was pumped today. BBRD 180% gain today on that stock. So put that on your list to watch tomorrow. If that could be the beginning of some things. As you guys know, we had incredible moves in some stocks last week that we missed out on. In fact, earlier this week, OWCP as well as RSII, Rising India, starting now pulling back. But again, that was one that started off with an incredible run, now pulling back. But that was one that had almost 9 days of green. So shout out to Rising India, pulling back slowly but surely. But nice run for that stock. Incredible run for Rising India. 586, you're on the air. What's up?
Good evening, Chad. How are you? It's
Mark here. Good evening, Mark. What's going on with you, man?
Everything is good. Everything is good. I tried to send you an email yesterday, but I did not know to which email I should send to you because I had, do you remember, actually Tuesday when we talked about finding a lithium company?
Yes, I do remember that conversation.
I spent the night and I came with the TORVF, which is Canadian. And I got into that one. It was 14 cents. And then they announced that Panasonic, sign a contract with them for their graphite battery. And Panasonic is a huge company, manufacturer of battery. So so I get in. It was 14 cents, and it reached 25 cents. Then it go to 20 cents, but it was halted today, 11:15, at the request of the company, because there will be pending news, and they haven't released anything yet. It's still halted from 11:15 a.m.
Yeah.
So probably tomorrow you're gonna hear about a buyout, or maybe they wanna do something. Maybe it's bad news, but I don't know. But I believe, but this company, man, if you go check their website, they're killing it. The lithium, the battery, the new technology, it's good. It's good, and they are not fake. And it's just for I mean, I did not get the chance. I got into only it was 14 cents. But
now you got into the stock today, Mark?
What yesterday?
Oh,
they
yesterday.
Halted today.
Okay.
No, I wanted to talk to you. Actually, I wish that there's a show yesterday so I can call you to tell you that everyone should get into it, because I caught it in the night. You remember when you finished your episode Tuesday? So I did not have any sleep. I spent 5 hours. I got with this company. And then I said, okay, that's it. That's good. That has a potential. And actually, in the morning they announced that Panasonic, and then today it was halted too, and and it was based on their requests.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's usually when it's pending news. Usually after 1 hour they announce something, unless there's something bad and they are trying to fix it. But I believe the bid is now 30 cents.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out why it was halted, because
you cannot. I've been trying to find out for even Canadian website for 6 hours. I could not come with anything.
Okay, so I do see the announce here, halted pending the request, pending an announcement. Okay, we'll see what happens.
So the battery, the Panasonic, Tesla will come after this company. So if they have this battery, really, the Tesla and the big automotive, they will come after this, because I'm an engineer. I'm an automotive engineer. So I know that by 2020, you will see more electrical car in the street, and they need battery, and the storage, the energy storage, which is the battery. There's a big competition who can manufacture a better battery. So if this is the case, man, and there is a buyout, I don't know. I could not get more than 18,000 share. So which is 18,000. I spent $4,000, maybe less than 4,000 on this.
Okay.
So yeah, that was So that's about this TORVF. Now, the other thing I want to talk, if you're finished with this.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your next ticker?
Okay. So Rocky Mountain High Brand, they announced the Chinese deal. And today they infused $800,000 for marketing. So the Chinese money started to be infused, as we talked before, and yesterday jumped 25%. Today go back to another 10%. So now it's about 13%. And if you have you read the news?
I haven't read the news on Rocky Mountain High Brands, no.
Oh, okay. So they're serious. These people are serious. These Chinese people are serious. This Lily Lee, she's working on behalf of LSW Holdings company. They're gonna infuse good money. So today it goes back, because there is a lot of people in this stock bought it when it was 1 cent and 2 cents. So there's a lot of profit takers, and when they will release this next quarter, or better news, you will see this big. I'm still saying that. So they have good day yesterday. Today there was some consolidation of the stock, which is good. So 13 cents now is good. You won't find a lot of people selling. There's big support now, maybe. Okay, that's my second one. So it's still cheap. I'm telling you, for people who wants to hold for a year. This is very cheap. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
That's
Mark.
my opinion.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the call, man.
Another one. Another one.
All right, real quick, real quick.
Okay. QSIM. QSIM.
Uh-huh.
This is good. Today, like, jumped good. This is very good point to get in. This company is gonna. I mean, I don't know. They have good potential. So I believe this today. It's cheap still, like on discount.
Okay.
Still cheap. Okay.
QSIM.
I'm not sure if you share. Yeah, you can watch today was good. So it's like probably 0.009, I believe today, but it's still cheap. Still cheap. This company I was checking on that they have good products in their pipeline. If they can only have a contract this coming 2 months, this will be good.
All right, cool, man. QSIM,
Okay.
Rocky Mountain High Brands, and the Canadian stock TO. What's the ticker for that one again?
TORVF.
All right, TORVF. There it is. Appreciate the call, man. Thank
So
you so much, Mark.
we're one step closer to your BMW.
All right, thank you for that, Mark. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Mark. Appreciate it, man. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna start putting time limits on some of let's get it out. Get the tickers out. Just keep it moving. I know you guys want to pump your stocks. I get it. I absolutely get it. But we got to keep the energy high up. All right. Appreciate that, Mark. 3 good stocks. I like his first 2. I don't know about the TORVF one. I don't know anything about it, honestly. So I can't say whether good or bad. I know QSIM has been running slight consolidation on that one, and then all of a sudden people bought these cheaper shares here on QSIM. 20% gain after a strong pullback yesterday in the stock. Rocky Mountain High Brands, very similar to that too. Incredible run up in the stock for 3 days, and you had a pullback today, which was actually quite light. It got lower and then got bought up to only 7% down for the stock. Okay. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Snap was good. I mean, Snapchat, it did its thing. It did its thing today. Obviously, it doesn't have much of a daily chart. Let's see the 5-minute chart. And, it did its thing. It had a lot of energy in the morning, but for the most part, retail really didn't do shit. I mean, 500 shares was like, what's $9,500 or some shit like that. So, I mean, I saw so many retail investors snap. Okay. I mean, unless you wanted to put that much down, and for what you got out of it wasn't really shit because the way it opened up at. So I don't know. I mean, again, if people want to play it, that's fine, but when I saw on level 2, 50,000, 20,000 blocks hitting the bid, hitting the ask, I already knew that, here these investment bankers are selling. Coralie, what's up, Coralie? All right, beautiful Coralie in the building. Kenny Dutton, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, the big money was selling, bro. The big money is selling. If you go to any website that allows you to do the time and sales, you just see these huge blocks at about 26 to 25.80 or so. They're just huge blocks. They're selling off. And then they're selling it to the suckers, man. So let's get back to the pennies. If we get, if it touches, and then it ended up with no gain today. I think it ended up with no gain, right? If you're retail, I'm talking about if you're a retail, not the guys who were in it yesterday and who were in it last week because they got shares. I'm talking about a guy who opened up the trade today. You didn't get shit on Snap. You didn't get shit unless you shorted it at the high. All right? Unless you shorted at the high or you just perfectly timed the top. All right? And for the kind of money you had to put in for it to make some money for you. I mean, look at some of these small caps. How many shares of AMD and all that you can grab for all that. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the pennies, man. Let's get back to the pennies and the stocks that were hot today. The stocks that were incredibly hot today. Let me pull up my thank you to Equity Feed. Equity Feed, great way to stay on top of what's running, whether it be OTC, small caps, on any venue. And sure enough, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of volume coming into some really, really big plays on the small cap side of things. We had a couple people bring up H. Gregg, and that stock was really, really hot today, man. That stock was incredibly hot today, almost 100%. Actually, had almost got to that point towards the end of the day, and you had a little bit of a sell-off to close it off, just under 100%. But H. Gregg was just incredibly hot. Incredibly hot. So I don't know if you guys, anybody made some money on that. Yes, I did see Bitcoin run. And we got to talk about another incredibly hot stock that's warming up and getting ready to do something big. GSDC too. I saw that run today. GSDC. Okay. We missed Liberty Coal the last week or earlier this guy. I'm thinking last week. I don't know why I keep thinking. I feel like, but GSDC, something setting up here pretty nicely in GSDC, up almost 300% in a day. Don't think that was a fluke, ladies and gentlemen. Something is building up there. Something is building up there, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a stock you need to be putting on your list for tomorrow. What's going on, Bill Betts? ICLD. All right, ICLD as well. Okay, nice build up into the close. And ICLD looked like it started off really aggressively in the morning. Then you pulled back, and then you kind of dipped below the 20-day moving average, eventually finding your way and then just using it as kind of support into the close. And nice gain on the day, though, 22% in ICLD. That's a really tough chart to trade, though, man. That's a really tough chart to trade as I look at that. That's a really tough chart to trade. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was bank, man. It was absolute bank. And by the way, GIGL was up yesterday. It was actually up yesterday, and we had the promoter call in and say that he wasn't sure, what would happen with the stock on Wednesday, which was yesterday, my day off. But sure enough, it actually got higher today, and then you had a slight pullback today in GIGL, which was pretty much a sideways day because it's less than 1%. Relatively less than 1% in GIGL. So continuing to follow GIGL, right? Because, this is where you want to buy on these pullbacks. But at the same time, anticipating possibly more momentum either coming, tomorrow to close out the week in a stock or maybe into next week. OWCP, if you guys remember last week on OWCP, many of you guys had already determined that OWCP had ran its course, that the stock had ran its course. Many people had already believed that the stock was done. It was a wrap for OWCP. It wasn't going to continue to run anymore. That day was the 24th, which was the top at the time, 218. Eventually, the stock ran to as high as 327. All right. So just because it's high doesn't mean, that it's a wrap or it's going to close down, because there's possibly could be more dollars coming into the stock. More dollars coming into the stock. All right. So some really interesting promotions going on right now. Just got an email from Penny Picks. Penny Picks has selected GRSU. I did see that email that came out 2 hours ago on GRSU for Penny Picks. All right. Again, you want to play into the momentum. Otherwise, you're just guessing, right? Otherwise, you're just guessing on maybe some, some dollars going to come here. Maybe some dollars going to come there. USMJ. All right. Yeah. Because, I've been sleeping on marijuana these last couple of days because we've been so disappointed with what's going on with marijuana. USMJ has been pretty sleeping, man. It's been pretty sleepy for the most part. By the way, that's why I love these stocks that are moving heavy. These stocks that are moving heavy up big. Up big, showing incoming volume. Up big, showing incoming volume. GSDC. BBRD. Stocks up big, showing heavy volume. The phone lines are open. If you've got a hot stock to talk about, know something about it. The market, let me see here, pulled back a little bit today with things that are going on outside of the market. I feel like this administration can't stay a week out of the damn news for doing something stupid. Just 1 week, please. Just 1 week without any bullshit and let this market run. You know how sensitive these stocks are. We don't need any bullshit, especially from the administration. Sure enough, did you guys see the news that came out on Caterpillar? That the FBI raided their buildings or whatnot? I know some of you guys in here play options, but the FBI raided Caterpillar headquarters. That was insane. I mean, this is a huge company, Fortune 500 company. In fact, I think one of the biggest companies in the world, I think top 100. Caterpillar products are used all over the world. Practically every country in the world uses Caterpillar products. And huge exporter of goods. So I think they're one of America's best exporting companies in terms of, us sending these products overseas. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Who knows how low this can continue to go as the news starts to come out about what exactly they got raided for, AMD pullback. Yeah, I mean, AMD was up pretty aggressively in February. Pull back to 1390. I think it's actually an opportunity for somebody to buy some more shares here on AMD. All right. This might be an opportunity for somebody to load up more on AMD, especially going long on some of those calls if you're not looking to buy the stock. Yeah. Oh, well, Kev Giverly, I'm double dosing on that gold stock, man. The gold stock I just talked about, GSDC. I'm double dosing on that. All right. So disappointing at marijuana, but let's see what GSDC can do tomorrow. I will actually be sending some emails out on that. Okay, after what that did today, not huge buying, but interesting buying that looks like something huge is about to come up. AMD's revenue is going. Hey, Prolix, what is the date on that for AMD? CBIS. Somebody bringing up CBIS. CBIS has been real ugly. Okay, so CBIS finally finding its bottom today, 9 cents a share. All right. CBIS finally finding a green day. I mean, look at this. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 6 business days straight of losses in marijuana. And finally today, looks like, they reached that point in the RSI where everybody's like, okay, this is getting ridiculous now. And sure enough, you didn't really get too low. Well, okay, you touched support, which was 7 cents. Not today, but yesterday. Not bad. Yep, Calla hit new highs. I don't know. I don't think anybody here wants to talk about bankrupt plays anymore, Gerardo. Nobody here wants to talk about bankrupt plays. If those of you guys who've been here long enough, you already know what we've gone through with these Qs. You already know what we've gone through with these Qs. Nobody wants to hear that again. Oh no, let's stop that right now. Let's stop that right now. Hell to the no. All right, RNVA at 206. Okay. Yeah, RNVA hasn't been the same since that split, right? I mean, it still brings in volume, but at 206, it just now seems so big. I remember when RNVA was in the pennies, and it was a cool little thing to trade. Now it's obviously they got to do what they got to do to stay, being able to trade and compliant. But now it seems so heavy. All right, Jay Lewis, you said you up in MKAU. Yeah, they still got that Clickia software, and it's doing them, wonders right now. It's doing them wonders right now in MKAU, sitting well above the 200-day. All right, sitting right real nice above the 200-day. That chart is a little scary, but it's holding very, very well the, 0.02s. Yeah, that gold stock I talked about, it's going to hit a penny tomorrow. Yeah, just the fact that I'm going to send some emails out on it and some other people as well. 36%, yeah, on MKAU. That Clicklia software, which is really interesting because we had a guy call up with another company. He gave us another ticker, which was very similar to MKAU. They had the whole streaming thing. I can't remember what that ticker was, but, that company didn't have anything going for it. I don't know if that guy's watching. If you are, let me know. I can't remember what the name of that play was. But I had a very similar thing about, we're going to do this streaming product, but we looked into the 10K and it had nothing going for itself. Yeah. Oh, Desert Edge. That's exactly what we're going to do. It's so thin, man. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Desert Edge, because it's so thin. The fact that I saw it move, and I was like, damn, man, this thing is up almost 300%. And it's only got damn near, like $12,000 of buying? Sure enough, I look into it, and it's thin as hell. So, hell yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Desert Edge. How many stocks do I have? Should I buy about 20 different? Yeah, in my account, I have anywhere between, because again, when it comes to these, anywhere between 20 to 25 positions. And, I'm not like these people who put in, 20 to, 5 or 6,000 in a position. I'm looking to do anywhere between, as I've said many times, $250 to $750. And I spread them around stocks that, again, in my sweet spot that I think are going to do something, and I just let them run. Yeah, because you just never know. You just never know. But I know the ones that are going to be running and the ones that, go out of favor, and then you just buy them when they're out of favor, when nobody cares, and then it's going to come back eventually, What's that? Solaris. What is that? I think it's Solaris Power System. Solaris Power, SPCL. All right, SPCL. Here's Solaris Power Systems. Here's one. That nobody's really caring about right now. I'm taking positions. Taking positions. USEI. Every time that goes too low, I'm trying to buy into that. Not trying. I actually am into that, as I've said several times. So trying to ride that wave. QSIM, I should have bought some yesterday. I hesitated on QSIM. I don't know why I did that. Well, QSIM has already ran. That's the thing about it, is that, I hesitated on QSIM, but it looks like it's rebounding and there's some support here. Let's see if tomorrow if the support is legit in that. 450. What's up? You're on the air.
How you doing, Sal? It's Ricky from Canada.
Hey, Ricky, what's going on, man?
Same old. Looks like MKU is maybe going to take another run tomorrow.
Yeah, MKU, it's been hot for a couple of days now, and it's been maintaining volume very, very well. What do you expect out of the stock now? Moving forward here.
We'll see tomorrow. As long as MKU comes out with the news that they're supposed to, that they're going to be launching tomorrow on the 3rd of March, I have good faith for it. It should be bouncing up nicely as long as they come up with something great tomorrow.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. So they are literally going live tomorrow with their new with their business tomorrow.
With their software, exactly. Tomorrow is the launch date for the software where people are going to be able to actually subscribe to the product, and it's supposed to launch tomorher.
Okay, now
that's why today, at the end of the day, was a big move.
Now, where are they going to be able to subscribe and actually, be able to, send revenue to this company?
Clickia. Let me double check. Here. CLICK.
Okay, so the actual website, the Clickia website.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. Good.
I'm gonna check. It's on the when you go onto their ticker, it's automatically on it on any one of their
Yeah,
newsers.
yeah. I see the clickia.tv website here. I'm on the website now. And okay, yeah, okay. So you're going to be able to subscribe and all right, the website looks the website's always looked really really good.
I know, that's the thing. All the
Oh shit.
websites
Yeah,
look good. Like
I'm actually watching. I pulled it
yeah,
up
yeah, I
now.
can
Okay.
watch TV. Yeah, you can watch TV live already.
Oh shit. Okay. There's Trey
Yeah,
Songs.
it's free. Yeah, it's free for now, so people could test it and stuff.
Okay.
And then tomorrow supposedly is going to be the launch where it's going to have a small entry fee to do monthly subscriptions. And if not, there's also the free subscription for people so that they can watch the free channels.
Okay. Man,
So
this
we'll
was
see what happens on that.
That looks good, man. I think tomorrow's setting up very nice for you investors who are in that stock, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping it keeps going good. What do you say about POTN right now?
Man, pot in. I love the fact that even though so many of the MJ plays are down, we haven't lost too much.
I completely agree with that.
In POTN, but I haven't been happy with the way the stock has been slowly just kind of sitting there. So I'm hoping that this company can release some news right now because that's what the stock needs right now, some news.
They released news the day before yesterday. They released news this morning also stating that they're not going to be taking a $2 billion loan.
That's true.
Now we'll see if they can come up with something tomorrow to try to boost it up a little bit.
I would love to see something like that in POTN. That's exactly what it needs. While so many of these MJ plays are struggling, this was the opportunity that I think a play like this, which was already heavily discounted compared to so many of the other ones, could have really taken advantage of the momentum. And I feel like they didn't really, jump on it. I think this was their time to shine. But, hopefully, yes, tomorrow.
No volume.
Yeah, tomorrow's another day. But that's the thing. News creates volume. So,
yeah, I look at what happened today with RMHB. I'm still a beginner. And around 10 o'clock, the thing was going so fast that I couldn't put my order through. Finally, it went through at like 1540 or something, 15.40. And then, boom, right when my order went through, it started diving. And it dove all the way down to 1250.
Okay.
So it's like news, it's like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. It seems like it goes in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like even BIEL today. BIEL came out stating that they're going to be sending their Acti patch over the counters now at pharmacies. Okay. And that product is really, really good. I checked on it and supposedly it really works for a lot of people. And instead of going up, the stock went down today.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Very weird news.
Well, that could be a delayed reaction on that. So I'd actually watch that one, BIEL. Now that you mentioned it, I'll definitely watch it because that could be a little delayed reaction by the market there because you never know. Sometimes a day later, all of a sudden, it responds to that incredible news.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It seems like the news, maybe it does. It takes like a couple of days before people start reacting to the news.
Sure.
All right, man. Thanks again, man. I appreciate your show, man. It's the best.
Appreciate it, man.
Always
Thank you so much,
man.
Carl. Thank you so much for the call.
Have a good day.
All right. So again, thanks a lot for the call, man. And he really put MKAU on the map, man. A lot of you guys have been talking about MKAU, but you never described it like that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know you guys were talking about MKAU, but you never said anything about March 3rd being the launch date. Nobody called up and said that. Hey, they're going to launch on March 3rd. You're going to be able to subscribe and become a revenue generating, person for this company. Nobody said that. Shout out to, this gentleman who just called. I forgot his name. Did you guys hear what his name was? I forgot the guy's name, but yeah, call back anytime, man. Call back anytime with that kind of news. And yes, MKAU, huge news on MKAU. I can't deny it, man. Can't deny it. Their program is going live tomorrow. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Let me give a kids cheer. Give a kids cheer to MKAU. Give a kids cheer to MKAU. Yeah, I do. I heard he was from Canada. That's all I heard too. That he was from Canada. Okay. That he was from Canada. Okay. What else was hot today, man? VPCO. Somebody saying VPCO was hot. I don't see anything in VPCO, man. Is VPCO hot? Unless it's just me. Let me see here. VPCO. My chart's not. Yeah, there's nothing going on, man. This thing has so much damn. Oh, god damn. Look at that float. No wonder it's not. You got a lot of volume, but look at that float, bro. That flows over 7. Damn, what is that? 7 billion? No wonder that shit can't go anywhere, man. It's horrible. SGDH. SGDH, 18% gain today. SGDH. Okay, two good days in the stock here. 2 really good days in the stock. Not bad on that. Not bad on that. Yeah, you guys got me excited now on this Clicklia software. You know, the fact that I went to the website and all of a sudden started streaming, and I'm looking at Trey Songz right there on the damn, channel. And it looks like literally a media guide, like something if you had cable at home. All right, so not bad. Not bad. Epic Stock Picks. Epic Stock Picks releasing BKIT as their pick. Epic Stock Picks. BKIT. Okay, I'm not picking it up on mine. But Epic Stock Picks releasing that as their pick. I just got the email for that. What else is hot here? I do see another promoter putting out SCNZ. All right, too expensive. I don't know why these guys are promoting $1, $2 stocks. Never understood the sense in that. It was like 7 billion. I think the float was like 7 billion, but I mean, it wasn't like, they weren't even holding it. That's the problem when you're not even seeing it move at 0001. There's so much float, and then the float that is being bought isn't even being held. Like they're buying it and then they're turning around putting it up at 0002. Like, come on. That's not how you move the stock. You buy it and hold. All right? Because in order for the stock to go up to, 0002, 3, 4 and higher, the people at those low, levels, they've got to hold. PPHM, nice move, 8% move in the stock today, up almost 10% for close at 65 cents a share for PPHM. And that's been a slow but sure mover that many of you guys have been talking about and seem to like. And seem to really like. Although many people can't call me and tell me what's going on with it. 450, you're back on the line.
Hey, Sal, how you doing? It's me again.
What's up?
Not much. I just wanted to also say, shout out to MVP from the chat room there. He had a good call on the IDRA. Yesterday wasn't that great, but today looks like it's going to go up and tomorrow looks better.
Yeah, IDRA, nice couple of days here in IDRA. Let's see here, 9% in IDRA. IDRA
broke
Pharmaceuticals.
The $2 mark.
Now, what's going on with this pharmaceutical company?
They just came out with news today that they're going to have some sort of 37th annual meeting. It seems like the company is actually pretty old. I don't have too much more news on that. It's pretty much just a daily play that I'm trying. I picked it up off MVP from the room. It's climbing slowly. It looks like tomorrow should have another great day. If you look back in September of last year, it had a high of about $2.80, $2.84.
Yeah.
And if you see the setup, it's exactly the same thing. It started on a Thursday, Friday, and then finished on a Monday and a Tuesday, and then it crashed on a Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, very similar. You're absolutely right. I'm pulling it back here on the daily chart. It is very similar to that setup that it had back then that year. So we already see where our top is. And
that's exactly. It looks like around the 280, 285 mark.
Yeah, interesting.
So you never know for tomorrow. I think the next step would be around the 220 mark, and if it would pass the 220 mark, I think it'll keep going.
All right. Now what's your name, man?
My name's Ricky Lindo.
Ricky.
I'm the one in the chat
Ricky.
room.
Oh, okay, Ricky Lynn. Okay, all right, appreciate it. Okay, now I got at least a voice to a name in the chat room. All right, appreciate it. Thanks for the
problem,
call,
man.
Ricky.
Thanks again.
All right, so yeah, this is Ricky Lindo in the chat room. Okay. Yeah, this is Ricky Lindo in the chat room. All right, cool. Appreciate the information. And again, the ticker's IDRA. IDRA, yeah, it is setting up very similar to what it did in September. You know, obviously you have to go back and see what the news was there, but it is a very similar setup there in the chart. E-Trade announced 695 equity online trades. Too late. Too late for E-Trade. I already moved my money. Y'all know I was done with them last week, almost a week and a half ago. You know, looking at almost $2,000 every like 3 months or so in commissions. Absolutely ridiculous, man. You know, something like that, because I was playing with options and then playing with and the options was fucking me over, because with the options you had to pay the $9.99 plus the cost of the options. You know, too late for E-Trade. You have Fidelity, and now, as I said on Tuesday, Charles Schwab at $4.95. I moved over to Charles Schwab. I wired all the money yesterday, man. Yesterday was my day off. I made sure in the morning, wired all my money out of E-Trade, hit the bank, wired all the way back to Charles Schwab. Started with them, set up my Charles Schwab. Like an hour later, I got a call from a banker. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, just very professional. Thank you. Welcome to Charles Schwab. Is there anything we can do? I mean, they just call you. I was like, damn, okay. Very professional setup. You know, $4.95 equity trades, including OTCs. And then their scanner, the scanner in Charles Schwab has an OTC scanner. They actually have a button where, okay, what venue do you want to look for stocks in? And you can press OTC. I love it. Tasty Trade now just for options for Tasty Trade, because Tasty Trade doesn't do OTCs, and they don't even do the stocks really that well either. Yeah. So they coming for E-Trade's neck, man. E-Trade is sleeping. E-Trade is sleeping, bro. Yeah, I hope so. This is a commission battle, and everybody, you know, we all win when they all start battling each other. We all win. So shout out to, you know, Robinhood, because if it wasn't for Robinhood, none of this shit would be happening. Let's just keep it 100. If it wasn't for Robinhood, none of this shit would be happening. If it wasn't for Stock Trade, Robinhood, Sure Trader, none of this shit would be happening. You know, they were losing the millennials to these new brokerage houses, so they had to do it. They were losing customers. Old money don't really be on you know, trading like that. They need the commission money. Old money makes a decision and they just sit around. Fidelity, yeah, Fidelity is $4.95. That is correct. Fidelity now is $4.95. Yeah. $4.99 if you made 30 trades in 3 months. Cristiano, who are you talking about? Who's doing that? Yeah, Capital One. Yeah, Capital One is whack. Anybody who's giving you any kind of extra charges to play OTCs, cut them. Cut them. Cut them. Charles Schwab account minimum is $1,000. I believe it's $1,000 to trade. Y'all can do that, man. Everybody in here can do that. Get yourself a job at, you know, McDonald's or whatever. Get yourself $1,000 and get it started. Get it popping. Okay. I remember when I first started the show, I think some of you guys were in here. Some guy called me and said he only had $200 to trade. I mean, man, get your ass a job, man. McDonald's is always hiring. And if you're not willing to do that, let's just keep it 100. You ain't really trying to get money. You know, you ain't really trying to make no money. Have a garage sale, man. Have a garage sale. There's so many things you can do to get yourself $1,000, man. Especially now, it's tax time, man. You got all these people paying $200, $100 to stand in front of the damn tax office and wave a damn, banner or something like that. I used to make fun of those people, but then I found out they were getting paid like $120, $150 a day just to stand out there. And I'm thinking, okay, if I'm an unemployed young person, ain't got shit to do, not going to school, fuck it. They're going to pay you $150 cash for a couple hours to stand in front of the tax office. Shit, do what you got to do. Yeah, people are going to look at you and probably laugh at you, but you know what you're doing. Somebody said sell some blow. Nah, the risk reward on that is a little bit too high on the risk side. He said sell some weed. All right, you want to keep your risk low when you're trying to make some money now, okay? All right, keep your risk low. Selling weed, I feel like the risk is too high. It's too high to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? I don't. These dudes who talk about making money, okay, you're making a lot of money, but the risk, I mean, you lose your freedom. You lose your freedom, man. And I ain't trying to lose my freedom. Get your booty played with in jail. And, and I'm not a skinny dude, but I'm not a big motherfucker either, man. Not trying to get my booty hole tickled for 35 years to life. Fuck that shit. Because they're giving guys murder sentences for some weed now. Yeah. BTCS, Bitcoin services, up 100% today. Up 100% today. Ooh. Yeah, man. Yeah, up 100% today in BTCS. Hell yeah, man. These niggas will fuck you in the ass, bro. I mean, you guys have seen that one, what's that one, I think locked up. It wasn't locked up abroad, but I think, I don't know what it was, but it was this like African looking dude talking about, yes, when they come here, I fuck them. I make them give me the ass. I play with their booty. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna find that video. Let me see here. Rapes fellow inmates, something like that, man. Yeah, okay. I found the video. All right. Let me see if I can. Let me see here, man.
When he was sent to Pollsmoor, convicted of murder.
I make them give me the ass. I make them do it. Yeah, something like that. I don't want to get my thing, scanned or whatever like that. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. MCIG, MCIG, man. Just like many of these other MJ plays, man, losing, bro. Losing. Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me put it in the chat for you guys. This is the video right here. That's the video right there. Okay, it's in the chat right there. I make them give me the ass. I put it in a booty hole. I tell you, come here. Give me your butt. I put it in your butt. That's the fuck he said, man. Go watch the video. Crazy ass dude, bro. All right, so MSIG is going through what all these marijuana plays are going through. MSIG has to find its bottom. It hasn't found it yet. I'm guessing MSIG is going to be that 16 cent. You see that 16 cent support back in January? I think it should touch that tomorrow and bounce off that, based on the fact that we had a relatively low down day, and it was its lowest down day in the last 4 days. You said Kodak is gay now. I don't think Kodak Black is gay. Yeah. And by the way, shout out to Kodak Black, free Kodak Black. He's actually one of the young dudes I actually like, because he still He's got a few rhymes. He's like trying to rhyme. You know, he's actually one of the young guys I actually kind of like because he does a little bit of rhyming. Yeah, I can't stand like, you know, what's his name? 21 Savage or 22 Savage. I can't stand any of those 21 or 22 Savage dudes. Because they're not really rhyming. Pull out the hourly chart. You said an MSIG. All right, so MSIG, you know, last hour of the day tried to save itself. And the hour chart here, if we go with that, last hour of the day actually would have been a lot lower. So, yeah, it did actually touch that 18, but I thought the 16 was a lot lower, was where the real support was. But we'll find out tomorrow in MSIG, for those of you guys who are following that stock, where the real low is on MSIG. Okay. You said, do I have an OTC for tomorrow? Yes, it's that gold play. As I've mentioned several times, GSDC, 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 GSDC. That's the money play for tomorrow. You know? GSDC. Get yourself some. Pump it up. Dun, 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 dun. I'd play the real one, but they'd flag my shit. Shout out Joe Buttons, by the way, man. Shout out to Joe Buttons. He did his thing back in the day. I wish he put out some more shit, but that was his best shit. FRCN. Okay, this is a young one. I see, huh? 0001. All right, so this is a young one. FRCN. Watch it, see what happens. Watch it, see what happens. I mean, I don't see very much. All right, I like to see at least a little bit of movement in the stock. I don't mind buying on top of a few people, just knowing that there's something coming. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind buying on top of a few people, but, you know, in a stock like this, again, you're going to have to be patient and wait till some things happen. So, you know, you go long or you ride momentum. That's not kind of the only two ways to play penny stocks. You either go long on something that's, you know, relatively dead, or, you know, did run and now it's kind of dead, or a stock starts running and then you jump in to see what you can get out of it. JNUG is gold. What do you got on JNUG? JNUG is the gold ETF. All right, looks like JNUG struggled today, down almost 24%. Damn, shit. Dayon Jackson says he thinks he's too late in GSDC. We'll see. As thin as it is, man, that's a long-ass candle, bro. That's a long-ass candle. I think you're actually right on time. You're actually right on time, because we could have said the same thing in FUTL. And I remember this dude called up about FUTL, and it was just like this. It had this big-ass bar, and we thought that was going to be, you know, the wrap for FUTL. Then the next day had a huge run, closed lower but had a huge run. And then on the 24th, which was Friday, 24th, which I believe was Friday, right? Was that the 24th? Yes, that was last Friday. Then Jeff Sessions made those comments. Actually, what's his name? The spokesperson for the State Department made those comments about marijuana, and that's kind of where everything started falling off. What's going on, Hiawatha? Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Because there were many times I could have said that about OWCP. We could have said that about RSII. I mean, shit, you can say that about, MKAU. You know, when Mark called up about MKAU, you could have said, shit, you know, pick your day. Hey, man, it's up too high. I don't know. I think I kind of missed it. Obviously, I'd hate to be that guy who's sitting at 4 cents a share, because you're hoping that tomorrow just really kills it. You're hoping that for the next week and a half, the stock kills it so we catch up to you. you know, but, obviously these last couple of days as the stock has been sitting at a really good support level, MKAU would have been a nice opportunity this week to pick up on it. Smart money did. If you did, great. If you didn't, who knows? Yeah, that link was crazy, right? Dude is crazy, bro. Dude is crazy, man. That's why I can't do nothing bad. I can't do nothing criminal like that because I ain't trying to end up with a dude like that. You can fight once in a while, but you gotta, when you're in jail, man, you fight almost every day. You can get into a fight, bro. That's why that guy in school who was always trying to do something criminal, and you just had to stay away from that guy. Like you was just like, man, you were nice to him, right? You were nice to him, but you knew you just had to stay away from him because he was going to end you up in some trouble that would just piss your parents off. That guy. And sometimes he already had like a juvenile record and, you were nice to him, but you just knew he wasn't somebody you wanted to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Funny side say you're buying GSDC for $5,000. Okay, shit. Yeah, it's real thin, penny stock guru. Tell your friends about it. GSDC. All right, tell your friends about it. All right, JBino's got CCTC, Clean Coal Technologies. Yeah, Clean Coal. Here's the interesting thing about this stock, man, because the news has been talking a lot about coal and how Trump wants to save the coal miners, but I don't know, man. I mean, just the whole technology in itself, it's almost like trying to. Try to run with sand, man. It's just not going to work. The technology is too old. You've got a lot of other newer technologies that are cleaner, cheaper. But hey, man, this is an OTC stock. The momentum is on the side of, coal being saved as an industry in America right now. So if that stock is going to run, play it. And that's a good looking candlestick. That's a good looking candlestick. Dries bottoming. Okay. I mean, I was down in dries. I had to sell. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? After the 28th, I thought we were going to run in dries. And then, we opened the next day. We were like down 2% and it got to 3.5. Then we were down 4 and then came back up to 3.5. I was like, man, fuck it. I'm out of here. So I had to close my position in dries. I was like, man, this ain't going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere. Because when dries runs, the first day will be like, okay. But then the very next day, it will not only open up higher, it will run past the previous day's highs. It will run past the previous day's highs. And the fact that it didn't open up higher, and then it wasn't going to run, you just had to give it up. Dries is one of those stocks within the first hour, you either know it's going to run or it's not going to run. Well, I don't know. I mean, he called up earlier. Mark had RMHB, Rocky Mountain High Brands, which pulled back today. The Chinese have got involved, as he stated, and then he mentioned how the company is going to be spending $100,000 on marketing, which obviously means investor relations, so hiring people like me to talk about the stock. I'd love to be a part of it. If somebody from Rocky Mountain High Brands is calling or is listening, rather. But other than that, nice move there in Rocky Mountain High Brands. So we'll see what they do with that. Hopefully they put that money to use wisely. Otherwise, he also talked about this Canadian stock, which was really interesting. TORVF. And the company has been halted. And I don't like stocks that are halted for anything. But it is halted by the company. So the company said they wanted to be halted per news. So we'll see what happens. All right. So when the company comes on and says they're going to halt themselves, that's pretty big. 847, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy? It's Tim.
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Hey man, I'm traveling. Something's up with the YouTube. I can't even see the show. I figured you're online right now. Am I in the show?
Yes, we are live right now.
Okay. All right, man. I just want to. What's good for tomorrow, man?
Well, I mean, among all the other stocks we talked about, I'm really pushing GSDC tomorrow. And
what is it? I'm sorry. Let me write it down. What is it?
Sure, GSDC.
Greg, Sam, David, Cat.
There it is. GSDC.
Okay. All right, man.
Look at that tomorrow. Very, very thin. Looks like it can run. I think we're gonna touch a penny tomorrow, possibly higher.
Okay.
But I think it's dirt cheap and it's setting up to run.
Hey, man. Good looking out. I hope the show is going well. I just want to say hello and have a good night. I appreciate it, man. I'll get some tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the call, man. He said C for condom. I was going to say C for cunt, but I mean, he said C for condom. Okay. What's up with GIGL tomorrow? I don't know what's going on with GIGL, man. I mean, I hope Penny had stocks. I don't know if Penny had, you're still listening, man, but I mean, you had your 2 pullbacks here. You know, are you going to keep going now? Are you going to keep going now? Yeah, I'm pushing, as I can see, I'm pushing GSDC. You know, it's so thin, man. Look at barely any volume here, and all of a sudden 2.9 million shares drop. Come on, man. And then you had buying up nearly above a penny, and then it pulled back towards the end of the day. Something's going on. I'm just saying, something is going on. It's a gold play. It's a gold play. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to put it back at a penny, possibly two. Because this looks like that other guy. You remember that one guy who called about Liberty Coal? And he's like, yeah, Liberty Coal looks good, man. Liberty Coal looks good. And I'm like, man, get out of here. And then it did this. And then it kept going. I'm not going to miss that again. 706, what's up? You're on the air.
What's going on, sir? JB 85.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nah, hey, that ticker I put in it wrong. It was CCTL.
CTL. Coin Citadel. Oh, okay. Ooh, nice couple days here. What's going on with that, man?
Yeah, I had told you about that one like 2 days ago. It's a Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin play. It was at 0005 or something like that a couple days ago. So I think all these Bitcoin plays are running because I noticed Bitcoin passed gold per ounce.
It's so funny that people talk about Bitcoin because, man, at first when people started talking about it, I kind of thought it was a joke. You know, these people starting this outside currency, but it's becoming more and more legitimate now, man.
Yeah, this company right here, they actually have I think a couple ATMs, and a while back they were trying to purchase a large amount of Bitcoin and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess with Bitcoin passing gold, I guess that's why all these Bitcoin stocks are running. So I just want to give you the right check on that one. That was CCTL. All right,
CCTL now it triples. I missed the opportunity to get it at the practically at the threes, right? I mean,
yeah, it was like 2 days ago I called you about it.
Man, well, there it is, man.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, sometimes the way they set up, you think it's a joke, but then they keep running like, damn, what happened? So,
yeah. I guess this what's it called, cryptocurrency or something like that. Yeah, I guess actually Amazon accepts Bitcoin too. So that's one thing.
Man, that's what it is.
I know a lot of companies was doing Bitcoin, but yeah, I just wanted to give you the right check on that one, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, JB.
No problem.
All right, JB with CCTL, man. Write it down, CCTL. My bad, man. Mr. Lloyd, call back, Mr. Lloyd. I saw you try to call, Mr. Lloyd. Call back, man. I can't, hang up on people. I don't really like to do that. Okay. Mr. Lloyd, call in. Cryptocurrency is the future. Yeah, man. 000 stocks, CCTL. But I also like that GRDC. I keep GSDC. GSDC, I keep talking about it. GSDC, because I don't want to miss out on, that Liberty Coal situation, which I think this is going to be. 206, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, man? Happy Thursday, man. Shit.
Yes. Almost there to the weekend, man.
So, I like to be very transparent, and I want to make sure I'm open about my gains and losses. And so definitely I'm excited about the gains. I'm pretty upset about how INNV went up for no apparent reason. I thought that it's kind of strange that it went from 15 cents to 30 cents for whatever reason it was to 38 cents.
I pointed that out to you, man, and I didn't hear any response.
I know you trying to piss me off. You trying to get me upset.
I know. I mean, I'm like, damn, this thing is up 100% in 2 days. What the hell's going on?
Right. And I mean that move wasn't predicted, man. I mean, unfortunately, and I went ahead and took my $1,500 loss, just in case it went to zero. And shit like this happens all the fucking time, so you don't know why shit goes.
I remember you saying that you still had a position in the stock, so I'm hitting you.
Man, I took a $1,500 loss. Man, I took that loss and moved on because it was sitting dormant for so damn long, and it was steady dropping. Next thing you know, it was at 20 cents and 18 cents and down to 15 cents, and I was like, well, shit.
So let me ask you something, Mr. Lloyd. If you wouldn't have sold, would you have been up today?
I would have to. I needed to sell at 33 cents.
Okay,
in order to break even, and yes, it did break it. But I went ahead and took a $1,500 loss.
Okay, all right.
on that stock a few weeks ago. So I took another $900 loss today, holding the video overnight for the 103 calls.
Yeah. NVIDIA is tough right now to decide because they're getting killed right now by AMD. Man, AMD's got some products out right now that are just kicking NVIDIA's ass. Have you read about that? I mean, their new graphics.
Man, I'm just trading the chart, man, and unfortunately, it's just like that chart is very, very hard for me to read.
Yeah.
And I told myself I wasn't going to play it no more, but as soon as somebody showed that $7,000 profit that they got off the video, you feel enticed to jump up in that motherfucker because you feel like you about to get that next big win, and you don't. And so I got out of my game by watching someone else, and instead of just sticking to my own strategy.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and I was actually, out of all that money that I won, I was actually up $1,400, and now I'm back to like down $20 in the hole. So now I need to regain all those profits again, slowly, and hopefully I won't blow it all on stupid stuff. And that's what happens. You feel like a cowboy, and then I still got the cowboy in me, even though I preach not to do it. But it comes out once you're ahead. You feel like shit. You're unstoppable.
Yeah.
So I do want to touch bases on that Donald Trump speech. I was so excited, man. I was enthusiastic about how he said U.S. Steel. So I was down $500 in U.S. Steel that night, and I was up on the Russell 2000, which RUT. I was up $360. Now I should have took the profits on the Russell 2000 at night because what the Russell 2000 is, the index.
Yes. Small cap index.
So. Right, and so I had too many positions open. So basically, what happened was when the morning came, the Russell 2000 flew to the top, and I was already at a $500 loss, and basically it did a reversal. So I was so focused trying to get the Russell 2000 off, because I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose more in that position. So I went ahead and closed the Russell 2000 a $500 loss, and I sold still at a loss, at $90 a loss. Excuse me, a $90 loss. So basically, man, I just need to have one position open, just one position. I think when you have 2 or 3 positions open, it's almost like thinking about cutting grass. I mean, you can only cut one grass at a time. You can't go cut half the grass here and go cut the grass over there, and then promise Miss Jones grass over there. It's too much. And when you're playing an index and then an option, you have to play one or the other. You can't just have, because it's almost like a teeter-totter. Is that what it is? Remember the little thing when you was a kid where the motherfucker gets off the teeter-totter and all of a sudden you hit your ass? You remember that one?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah, I remember that one.
So basically that's what happened. I was teeter-tottering back and forth, and the shit just fucking flew off, and the motherfucker got off, and I hit my ass, and basically I was at a loss because I had too much going on. So I don't know if it's a really good example, but other than that, man, like I said, I'm just giving out lessons right now, and my lesson that I learned is not to play an index, and an option at the same time. It's either like the SPY or you play what's in the SPY, but don't play all that together because I don't know. It didn't work for me.
What do you like about? But do you still like X long term? I mean, after that pullback today, almost 5% after 3 days in a row of gains.
I'm glad that I played X because to me, I really thought that news was going to keep that shit up. Yeah. And it went up so fast in the morning. It was like 15 minutes. It lasted at least 15 minutes because it gave me enough time to get out of Russell 2000 and it just went back down, man. It's just like that news didn't have any real impact. And I really thought, because Trump said in the first 5 minutes, we will use U.S. steel to build the pipeline. I'm thinking, shit, I was outside yelling and shit. I was doing backflips in the house. Damn near burnt up everything I was cooking because I really thought that shit was going to hit $50, man. And actually, it just got me out of that hole that I was in because I was already at a $500 loss. So it got me all the way up to a $90 loss. And the Russell flipped at a $500 loss. So like I said, I'm transparent, y'all. I did lose some money. So it's like I win big, but I lose big too. So it's like I haven't had consistent, steady gains. I mean, I have with my own strategy, but once you start getting up, then you kind of get blinded, and you'll lose it all real quick. So I just got to take my time, man. And now I'm back in this sad, sorry ass state, moving on up, real slow again. So, but anyways, yeah. So I think X is long term? I don't know, man. Like I said, I play the chart. However, looking at the news, man, I really thought that news was going to hold. You know what I'm saying? But obviously people didn't believe that shit because it went down. So I don't know what to say about that. And if you guys are asking any questions right now, I'm on my cell phone. I can't see what's in the chat right now, but I definitely would. If you got, we can meet on the Discord and we can chat, and I'll go back up and scroll up. But you got anything else you want to ask, man?
No, I mean, other than that, man, I mean, appreciate you for calling, man. I think these lessons people are taking in and learning from you, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. And let me ask you something. You still got do you still get the cowboy in you when you like up big? Do you kind of stick your chest down like, hell yeah, I won't put? And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I think my chest was poked out because when you're up playing with the house money, you don't feel as bad with the losses. But when it's your own money, you're more conscientious of it. And basically, I lost all the house money. And so now that conscious, my state of mind has changed back to, okay, this is my money. I need to take care of it now. But when you're playing with the house money, you're like, fuck, I blow this whole fucking shit up. And sure, I blew all the house money, and now I'm back to my own money. And so it's like, okay, I need to slow my ass down. So, but do you feel that way when you're up a lot?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Absolutely, man. I mean, when you wake up and you got a good gain or you did something really great in the trade, heck yeah, man. Throw on some Dr. Dre or some shit like that and just really get excited. Of course, man. And typically, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm really up big, I'll stop because after that, I start to get like, okay, let me look for something else. But I've learned to just stop and then, soak it in a little bit and then get back to it. You know what I mean? Because I don't like to be one of those guys who's up big and like, okay, look, I take this game. Let me go jump into something else. Because as soon as I do, that's when I burn myself. So I just
exactly.
So I take my gain, I soak it in, what I'm saying, tap myself on the shoulder, and then move on to something else.
Right. And I sat on that 8 gram, and I sat on it, and I was like, okay, let me go just be bold here, and I bought some stupid ass NVIDIA. I don't know, it's like Netflix and NVIDIA is like the devil to me. I cannot gain out of that shit to save my damn life. I mean, every time I get into it, it's like the shit makes a reversal. Even though the chart looks good, it's like I'm missing something, and all of a sudden it starts going down $2 to $3, and it's like, okay, what the hell's going on here? Yeah. So, and some guy said about Russell 2000, It's 1,000. I don't buy the shares outright. I buy options, so that's why I was able to.
Hey, Mr. Lloyd, what's the option in Russell's? What's the option to buy there? What's the ticker?
What do you mean as far as the week?
Yeah, no. What's the ticker?
Think of swim is RUT. You may have to Google it.
Yeah, I think it's different. Yeah, I think it's different on some platforms. Let me see, Russell.
You know, another thing too, and Eric has mentioned the point as far as claiming that as a loss. Yeah, I can, man. But the problem is that I'm already up $1,000 in commission fees already. $1,000, bro, in commission fees.
Damn.
I mean, shit. And actually, if you guys ever
there it is.
If you guys ever file your taxes with the like, let's say you got a $6,000 loss and you can only claim $3,000. Yeah, it's not much of a difference on your taxes. Is that the Russell? I thought
Yeah. Trading.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I played. Yeah. See that gap up right there? That's that gap. Yeah. That's the shit that got me right there. Mm-hmm. That big ass gap. I woke up to a gap, and that's why some people don't. That's why people don't hold overnight. So. It went from $360 profit to negative $500. Can you just imagine that just in 2 seconds?
Damn, that's options, man.
Right, and some guy said stop losses. I don't know how to put a stop loss in an option. I mean, it's so hard for me and I'm still learning how to do that. And I can't really put a stop loss with the option because let me tell you, I was down with NVIDIA, $800. And then it swung back to $300 profit, and I was at work with the client, so I couldn't take the profit, and so it was a big swing. And so sometimes you got to hold for a loss and have faith in your method, man. So that's all good, man. But anyway, so that's my transparency. Next week I will be going back to my slow method and building up the house money a little bit, and maybe I might be a cowboy if I see something, but it's really hard not to, especially when you're up so much money, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks for having me on the show, Sal. 169, man. Look at that number there. Yes. I mean, listen, if you need an operator, man, we'll get a woman, with some big old biddies and have her sitting on the side and put a little picture there, you know what I'm saying? And she can take calls for you and screen for you.
You already know, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thanks.
All right. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd for the call. And yes, I got a lot of people in here, so go ahead and press that like button. Go ahead and press that like button. Thank you so much for all of you guys who are in here watching right now. Go ahead and press that like button. I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and press that like button. And shout out to a donation. I got a donation yesterday. I really, really appreciate that to the gentleman who sent that. Let me see here if I can find out who that was real quick. Who sent me that donation? But otherwise, let's keep looking at some of these penny picks. I do want to shout you out, though. I do want to shout you out, and I appreciate that so much. You know who you are. You know who you are. All right. Let me see here real quick if I can find that shit real quick. Who was that? Who was that? Daniel Smith. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kenny Dutton. Kenny Dutton, I saw you in the chat room. I appreciate you, Kenny Dutton, as well as Daniel Smith. I appreciate you so much. Who else? And as well as Owen Allen. Owen Allen, thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. Appreciate the donation of both of you guys. From all three of you guys. There's 3 people, so appreciate it. All right, so yeah, we looked at ICLD earlier. Now trading at 1 cent a share. That's kind of what I was talking about. This guy in the chat room going crazy about GSDC, but he's absolutely right. That's kind of where I see GSDC possibly being as thin as it is. All right. We had a guy call up. He said Pot N is releasing news. Pot N, I was very disappointed with Pot N because I thought, we'd be up a lot higher than where we are now because I talked to the CEO. He's like, yeah, we're going to be releasing news every day. And sure, he did release news every day, but the strength of the news, I thought was just like, come on, man. Like, you could do better than that. And he's not allowed to tell me what the news is because I can go to jail for that. And I can't ask him, hey, what are you going to release? Is it weak or strong? You know what I'm saying? But hopefully tomorrow, it's a game-changing news for POTN. Otherwise, I'm out of that shit, But, and it is what it is. But, and when it gone down, it hasn't gone down like incredibly, bad or anything like that. But, well, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I just been so disappointed with POTN. I just, I'm thinking like, you're the cheapest MJ play right now. All of the big time players are down. This is your opportunity to really put yourself out there. Didn't get it done. All right. So what else is going on here? Yeah. Can't trade on emotion. Absolutely right. Mike Reynolds, what's up, Mike Reynolds? GOFI, Gray Fox Holdings. Damn, what's going on with that? G-Fox. Pulled up G-Fox and blew my hat back here. Okay, what's going on with G-Fox? And G-Fox is, let me see here. What's going on with G-Fox? G-Fox Petroleum. This is an oil play. 00013. Or actually, 0013 was 000 yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't get an opportunity to get it in the triples. Gray Fox Petroleum Corporation is publicly traded holding company. Revenues generated from subsidiaries. Okay. Oil play. G-Fox is the ticker. Oil play. Watch that one too. All right. A lot of good things for tomorrow. But what I'm looking at tomorrow, yeah, Hosea, you absolutely right, man. And the guys who called up earlier, the guy from Canada, Mr. Lindo, you're absolutely right too. MKAU, GSDC, you can't deny, RSII, OWCPL. You still got to kind of watch those. SFOR, yeah, SFOR. That needed that today. Yearn. That needed that today because SFOR almost 4 days straight, man. It really needed that today, and that doji pattern probably was the sign to get in today. Let me see here. HPIL, 97% gain today on how much? Let's find out how much was actually traded in that today. HPIL. How much was that in? Let me see here. Let me remove all the. Let me see. Clear that. HPIL. Okay, so $10,000 was put into HPIL today, driving the stock up 97% on 10 grand. That's pretty good. That lets you know it's pretty thin. It's really interesting. 919, you're on the air. What's up?
Good evening, Mr. Sal. How are you doing?
Bad Scientist. What's up, man?
Yeah, nothing much. How's your trading day today?
Oh, pretty good, man. Saw a lot of good stocks run real high. Also got really excited about what was going on in Snap, but unfortunately, everybody who became incredibly rich wasn't anybody who bought the stock today in the open market on the retail side anyway. So with that being said, man, how was it for you?
Yeah, not bad. It's true what you said about Snap. The only way I think today you could have successfully made money was shorting it.
Yes.
And I paper traded it because I had actually my manager, my manager from Pennsylvania Skyped me and said, when should I short Snap? And I said, well, it's teasing $26, and then I calculated, looked at my charts, and I said $25.80 is the price. And unfortunately, then he went on a conference call with a customer and couldn't actually execute it. But that price was, I could see that a mile away. The the 4 EMA, 8 EMA were constricting or converging, and you could tell that was the breaking point. If you look at the 5-minute chart, 25.8, and then of course after that it just broke right through. So anyway, long story short, he tried to short it again, and then he only discovered that there weren't any shares available. So that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, this was a situation where, I mean, unless you had at least $20,000 and you were willing to put that all in the stock, you really couldn't make any money on this.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, IPOs are typically dangerous to get into, especially on the first day. You want it to kind of level out, because think about it. There's no 20-day average. There's no 50-day average. All you're going on essentially, yes, you could have gone with the 4 and 8 EMA, but I mean, you really need at least a few days behind it to actually figure out what the story is. But anyway, yeah, that was Snap. I didn't really trade it, but yeah, I heard a few of your callers and their picks. I have some of them. I like CBIS right now because it's formed that typical tweezer bottom, the buck teeth at the bottom, and look for upside tomorrow. So I'm really liking that chart pattern.
So
whoever suggested.
So bad scientists, are you saying that marijuana could be back, or at least being oversold right now? You got some people bargain hunting now in stocks like CBIS.
I can't say marijuana like as in the whole sector of marijuana, but CBIS specifically, unless I think I might have another one that, let me see, was it CN, is CNXS a marijuana stock?
CNXF?
Yeah, XS as in Samuel.
XS. No, this was that Mike Tyson Bitcoin stock. This was that Bitcoin play, CNXS, and yeah, you guys need to look at that in the next coming days as well, because that one's really moving, by the way, too. CNXS, Mike Tyson Bitcoin.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with all the marijuana stocks. I'm just looking, because what I do is I come up with a watch list, and I don't know anything about the company. I just like the chart.
Sure.
So that one looks good, and obviously I think there's another Bitcoin one, BTCSD. That could be Bitcoin. Is that Bitcoin?
DTCSD?
B as in boy.
Okay.
BTCSD.
Okay, all right. So BTCSD at 32 cents a share, correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Is that Bitcoin?
Yes, that is also Bitcoin affiliated. This was the BTCS, but that reverse split just enough to where it stays in the penny. So BTCSD now trading. Yeah, this stock is up almost 100%. In the last, is that 100% in 3 days? I believe it's 100% in 3 days in BTCSD. If I'm not correct. Yeah. Wow, insane.
Looks about right.
Insane.
Yeah. So that chart looks good. And then the one time, remember, I called. I think this is a football TV type stock, PNTV. Looks like there's some reversal happening there. PNTV put in a good 2 days. Looks like it went from 2 cents right now. Okay, so it's still in the 2 cent region, but it looks like it's reversing.
And it's got strong
that one
support.
when I did.
I actually like it at these levels because you're off a recent high, so you looks to be testing that 3 cent mark here relatively shortly.
Absolutely. And then iCloud, you guys covered. ICLD, I think you covered that. That looks pretty nice as well. Yeah. There's another one that I don't know if this is a marijuana, but this one also looks good. This is VGPR.
Okay, VGPR. Vega Biofuels. Okay, that one. Now, that one up 56% today. Okay, this is another one that's up well over 100% as well in the last 3 days. But you think there's more to go here, VGPR?
Yeah, I mean it's just touching the upper Bollinger Band. It looks like it still has play. You look at the volume spike today. I mean it's at what is it? Close to 8 million today, compared with yesterday's 286,000 and the previous days 1 million. So this looks like it could go easily to the next level, which is maybe 3 cents. So this one is looking really, really good. I mean, I love these charts because I don't know, with the way I see them, let's say even tomorrow, if it doesn't really do as well, you still have to keep it on the watch list, because when you get volume spikes like this, it literally took 2 days only to get through the entire Bollinger Bands, the lower and the upper. So that's really impressive when I look at the charts like that. MKAU, you covered that. That also looks good.
Yeah, very good.
I'm trying to look for something else that hasn't been mentioned. In the past, you've mentioned IDRA. That one's a favorite. People love trading that one. That's IDERA. Harmony, that's HMNY. Looks like it wants to do something, but it keeps failing. It's actually up 10% after hours, so there might be something happening tomorrow. I'm not too sure about that. And then the last two, let's do SDLP.
FDL.
S as in Samantha, D as in David, L as in Lisa, P as in Patrick.
Okay, yeah.
SDLP.
Yeah, I don't know why mine isn't for whatever reason. I don't know, freeze the FDLP. I pull it up on some of the other ones, but FDLP.
Oh, no, sorry, it's S as in Samantha.
Oh, okay, one. All right, so
SDLP as in Patrick.
All right, so Cedro then.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I was like, okay, why is that not even?
Yeah.
All right, so SDLP got to oversold levels yesterday, and it looks like some bargain hunters came in on that one.
Yeah, so we did have a bit of we had a huge bearish wide range candle. So wide range meaning that it's the candlestick, the open and close. It's a longer candle than the typical length of the average candle. So yesterday was extremely bearish, although today the bulls came back in to drive that price right at the edge of the lower Bollinger Band. The volume is, I'm really paying attention to that volume, because it looks like tomorrow easily it could have another green day. So it formed a really nice bullish harami right there. And even though it's at the bottom of the chart, I mean, I'm always looking for low RSI bullish reversals, and that's what it looks like. So that one is promising. And then the last one I have is SITO.
All right.
S as in Samantha, I as in India, T as in Tom, O as in orange.
Yeah,
Cito
Mobile, huge volume coming in. I mean, that's volume it hasn't seen in, I don't think in months, almost a year, that it's seen a million shares. All of a sudden, 1 million shares gets dropped in the stock.
Yep, we're recovering out of an RSI of like in the 28s, 29s, and what I like to see, this is a good chart. If we come in tomorrow, we're literally coming in, I guess, day 1, day 2-ish, kind of. And then, look at the improving RSI and the improving volume. And the volume isn't crazy. I mean, it's only 1.6 million. But compared to where it is right now versus where it could go, if you look back at the 3rd of January, where that huge bearish candle came in, this thing was at $3.15.
Yeah.
So potentially I'd be looking at it to go from where it is now at $2.08, maybe hit the first resistance at about 240-ish, from there 255-ish, and then finally 315. So we'll see how it goes. Plus, you have the 50-day moving average there, which is at about 247. So I did say 250-ish.
Yeah.
So these are the charts that I like, but separate from these charts, I'm really loving Robinhood Gold, being able to buy stocks after hours and then either selling them pre-market or selling them regular hours the next day. And the beauty about it is if you buy a stock after hours and you sell it pre-market, I used to think that was the same day because it's like the volume gets carried to the next day, but those are separate days. So literally, you could get into a stock after hours while it's moving, sell it pre-market tomorrow, and that's not considered a day trade. So I'm really loving that.
Awesome.
Really, really. I had good success with drives. I had good success with Weight Watchers on that. I did get into Pacific Ethanol yesterday, PEIX. Thought it would go up substantially. It didn't. It kind of like went up, I think, 6 or 7% from where I bought it. It came all the way back down. Reason that I got into it was that it beat earnings. It's got a positive outlook. It's a bit pricey. It's in the $8 something range. It's got a 52-week high in the 10s, but I think I'll hold on to it maybe for a day or two, see how it goes. If it's not moving, I'll get my money back. And then, of course, COPSYNC or COIN, COIN, I'm still holding. The problem is with this now, if it breaks below 30, I think I'm going to bail. I'd rather bail, get into another stock to recover my losses there, and then get back into it when I actually see momentum in the right direction. Because it's just bleeding. Like you notice, it's just bleeding every day, a couple of cents. I did buy some at 36 cents or 35 cents, so I'm still holding. And then some a bit more than that, priced a bit more than that. So I'm still long on this one, and I can say if anyone on the show has money that they just want to put in for the next 3 to 6 months, I'm long on this, and I constantly get reports about analysts saying this is a $2 stock. The only thing, like I've said to you before, is I'm scared of a reverse split, because once that happens and you've got thousands of shares, you just see not only your number of shares diminish, but it's now harder to come back and gain the same percentage because of that reverse split. So that's my only concern. And I think last time you thought it was an OTC play. Unfortunately not. This is a NASDAQ play, and they have until May to regain compliance. I'm hoping that they don't do a reverse split until that time. At least maybe wait until earnings and see what happens, then maybe announce a reverse split. But I think earnings are going to be positive based on what the CEO said about 2017. He seemed to suggest that earnings would be, first annual revenue from last year is supposed to be higher, as well as Q4 and this first quarter of this year should look good. So I don't know. If it stays above 30, I'm in. If it bails below 30, I'd rather take my money, reinvest it, make that money back, and then get back into it when there's recovery.
All right, Bats. Thank you so much for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sal. Take
All
care,
right.
man.
Thank you so much. Shout out to Bat Scientist. I love his calls, but, man, like, you know, Bats, I love your calls, but I got to do something about you, man. 15 minutes. But I mean, he's a scientist. You know what I'm saying? He's a scientist. I don't blame you for it, man. You go in detail with stuff. You can't be a scientist and give shit in 5 minutes. They'll fire you for that shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, BLIN. Oh no, I don't blame him for it. I mean, it's his occupation. He's got to be detailed like that. You know, he's got to be detailed like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't transition into maintaining a show like I do it. That's why we can't jump into 10Ks and all that stuff here on the show. We used to do that, but remember, every episode was like 5 hours, so we had to cut that shit out. All right, get people out, up and out of here. Yeah. All right. What's going on, Africa Emporium? CVRS. CVRS. And I saw Tristan talking about AUPH. We're going to take a look at that. CVRS, what's going on with this one? Africa Emporium. And shout out to Q DeMayo. Q DeMayo with the $5 donation. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the donation, sir. With the $5 donation. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. CVRS, 96 cents a share. 96 cents. Is this an OTC play? CVRS? I think it's the NASDAQ, right? Yeah, NASDAQ. Okay. All right. Vascular, Corindus Vascular Robotics. All right, interesting. I love the way the chart's setting up here. Looks like February's been a very good month for the stock. Now going into March, as the stock looks to break its bearish momentum that it had toward the end of 2016. Looks like it found its bottom there mid-January, and since then, mid-January, you're up almost 50 cents a share in CVRS. So this is one I'll definitely put on my list to watch as it continues its momentum higher. So those of you guys looking for, a nice stable play, if you got Robinhood or you got a broker that doesn't let you trade OTCs, CVRS looks like it's been very reliable in February to deliver gains. Interesting. All right. And Tristan again, AUPH, incredible gain today in AUPH. You actually were up a lot higher, and Tristan, what happened there? I mean, you got up really high today. The stock gapped up higher in the morning, and you started the day at almost $6 a share, and so sad for the guy who bought at $6. I mean, that's why these gap ups are so dangerous, man. These backups are these gap ups are so dangerous because if you buy that high, there's nobody there willing to carry you. You're fucked up. Yeah, GSDC. Yeah, GSDC. I see you guys. Some of you guys talking about it. That's the play for tomorrow. GSDC, among all the other tickers that many of these other people have brought up, but I think GSDC, if you're looking to get into another triple, that could run higher. If you're looking to get into a triple, that could run higher, $50, $100 or $100, $200, whatever you got to work with. That could be another one. But Tristan, man, geez, AUPH. And Tristan, this has been a stock you've talked about now for some time. And AUPH, for the most part, was really, really sleepy, right? I mean, it was relatively sleepy stock. You kind of weren't really expecting this today. If you look throughout the chart, you really couldn't tell something like this was coming. And I believe it was out of some news, so maybe you want to update on what that news was about. But huge move for AUPH, delivering some big gains there. USRM went up 36%. Yeah. Yep, USRM did another big gain today. USRM, yeah, big gain today as well on that one. Yeah. But here's the thing, Bully, it's setting up like many of these other ones. Like I just pulled up USRM right now on the front. It's setting up just like that, where you have relatively low volume on the first day of the run, right? And all of a sudden, as the run starts to continue, you see how volume starts to build up? Obviously, you had an off day on that Friday. But all of a sudden into the week, a strong pullback here yesterday in the stock, but buyers come out to buy those low shares. But USRM, very similar setup to what I think could be going on in GSDC. I just, again, you can't predict the future. You can't predict the future, but I believe that's the way it's setting up. I believe that's the way it's setting up. So we got a lot of good things to look forward to tomorrow in that stock and in many others. It's Friday, and Friday are typically very, very good days for OTCs. Fridays are typically very, very good days. Those of you guys who've been on the show long enough, Fridays are relatively very good days for the stock. Yeah, USIE, man. I'm still watching USIE. Down day today. Down day today. I mean, the stock was up almost 60% yesterday. Yesterday we got to a high almost 80%. Nobody sent me an email or anything. Nobody said anything to me yesterday when USEI was up 80% a share, 80% yesterday. That was like the high. I saw a whole bunch of people on level 2 closing out their positions, which again, I don't blame you. You want to get out on your gain, and it is what it is. But when the stock is down, why the stock is down? Oh my God, what's going on? When the stock is up, nobody sends me any messages. Nobody sends me anything. Everybody just closes and walks away with their little gain. Yeah, Master 82, you're right. MKAU going live tomorrow. MKAU going live tomorrow. That's huge. That's huge. If people can log into MK into that Clickia tomorrow and see a sign up page and hey, put your credit card information here, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. Oh yeah, nobody thanks the promoter when they win, man. Nobody thanks the promoter when they win. That's how nobody thanks the promoter when they win. That's in any stock. I mean, I was so funny. I was talking to the promoter of GIGL, and I'm like, man, turn the stock from 00 into a 14-cent stock. This is incredible. This is incredible. I mean, this was a stock in January that was 0030, right? 0030, and now you're trading at 14 cents. Do you know how incredible that is? Do the math on that, man. Okay, y'all know I love doing these little maths here. Let me see here. Let me show. Let me see, because I got to see it for myself. All right, 0030 to 14 cents a share. That's 4,566%. All right, 4,566%. Now, all right, I'm conservative, so I would have looked at the stock and I would have said, okay, 4,566. I wouldn't have, obviously you can't tell the future, so I'm taking $500. All right, you would have slapped the bid and held it. What would that $500 be now? That $500 would be $22,830. And this was, I'm just going off of June 1st. I mean, January 1st. I'm going off January 1st. I'm just going off January 1st prices. January 1st, today we're looking at March 2nd. That $500 would have been $22,000 today in GIGL. No reverse split, no forward, nothing. They didn't dump any new shares. This is just, it is what it is. $500 to $22,000. And I'm just going off the January 1st price. Right? Yeah, that was the last for, let me see here. Actually, okay, it was December 30th. December 30th, the close was, 0.003. December 30th. So January 1st, same thing. The close of, that Friday, December 30th. December 30th of 16. So, all right, so one day before. The close was 0.003. and now you're at 14 cents a share. Yeah, $500 to $22,000. Yeah, that's penny stocks, man. That's penny stocks. And again, as I told you, if you're asking for a broker and all that, let your friends know if they want to trade penny stocks. Fidelity, Charles Schwab, fuck all the E-Trade, TD, all them. If they're not going to come down to $4.95, fuck them. If they're not going to come down to $4.95, fuck them. Because let me tell you something. And a lot of people are like, well, I mean, $2, it doesn't really do anything. Or $4, man, just $3 more. It doesn't. Okay, well, that $3 more, that's almost, that's a 5,000 or 10,000 shares in some of these triples and double plays. That's those. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not trying to lose up on those shares. Slippage is really important because slippage is not. You're not looking at it as my next trade. You're looking at it as throughout the whole year. How much do you lose in slippage? That's why it doesn't matter if you can save yourself a nickel or a dime or a penny. You want to save as much possible. Because that's the difference between breaking even in a trade and closing with a loss. Charles Schwab, Tina. Charles Schwab or Fidelity. But I like Charles Schwab because the customer service department is open 24 hours. Charles Schwab customer service is 24 hours. You call them right after the show, they pick up the phone. The longest I've been on hold has been like maybe, I don't know, like 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds. And I like that. I like customer service. I'm big on customer service. You know what I mean? I'm the type of dude, like if I walk in a spot and you don't say hello to me within like the first 30 seconds, I'm walking out. Because I ain't trying to, beg you to take my money. I work hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not my job to do business with you. You know what I'm saying? You are the person selling that product or offering that service. You have to treat me with respect. You see what I'm saying? I understand that the customer's not always right, but at the same time, it is up to you to say hello, welcome to wherever it is, just little things like that. So when I set up that Charles Schwab, and then an hour later, they called me up like, hello, Mr. Thank you for joining Charles Schwab. I just wanted to see if you needed anything. I'm like, damn, that's what's up. TXTX. Jamie Taylor, what is that? TXTX. Let me. I'm trying to pull it up here. Let me see here. TXTX. Yeah, look for a lot of these stocks to start coming back. All of a sudden, these old ones that haven't. I don't see any TXTX though. Or are you talking about TXTM? Which is what I have on the screen right now. TXTM. Here's a sideways play. If you're looking at TXTM and you're thinking about getting in, this is probably where you want to get in, down 17%. You probably want to get in, off these lows here. If you're looking to go long here on TXTM, because you look like you're at some good support at TXTM now at 0014. 0014 had a good run back in late January. And again, this was another stock that, was in the triples. 0003 got from 0003 to 005. Good run for that stock. That's a couple 100% right there. As you guys know, 0003 to 0006 is 100%. So $500 at 0003, sell it at 0006, that's $1,000. All right, sell it at 0012, that's $1,500. 0018, you've been at that's again, that's $2,500. So I mean, this is how penny stocks works. You want to get in cheap and ride the momentum because you end up coming out with a lot of money. Yet you didn't put in, $500 in some of these NASDAQ plays won't get you shit. That's why sometimes I see people, pulling up these $3 or $4 stocks, and sure, those are good ones. Those are, good stocks. But if you're not putting up 40, 50% of your money, you know what I'm saying? What's the gain there? I don't know. What platform does Charles Schwab use? I'm not sure what. I don't know that. I'm not trying to figure out what. You mean what's their trading platform? Yeah, you'd have to find out about that because I only, you guys, if those of you remember, I use TradingView for my charts and whatnot. So I'm only using my broker to input the order. So yeah, you'd have to find out the platform and whatnot. That's a good question, Charles Cadillac Mac. I'm only using my broker to input the order. 16 times your money if you played GSDC, right? Yeah, Big Zini, it was huge, GSDC. That's why I'm watching GSDC, because it's setting up very much like, Rising India did, or FUTL, where you had all of a sudden these days where, huge volume came into the stock, followed by another huge day. And again, it could be just one day, it could be just tomorrow. FUTL started the same way. Again, the big one I'm looking at is Liberty Coal. Liberty Coal came in kind of similarly as well. Red day the second day. So very interesting to see what happens with that one. MKAU, big day coming up tomorrow in MKAU. Huge volume today going into tomorrow. MKAU got to as high as almost 50% today. 6.5 million shares traded in MKAU. Tomorrow is the release date. Those investors are expecting some big momentum coming into the stock tomorrow. That's going to be some huge news if they drop that. And I hope they do drop some news on that tomorrow. So that's going to be huge. So a lot of good things to look forward to. Yeah, Elite King, I've been pretty happy with the executions too. Executions. Yeah. Bats is really good with his list. Shout out to Bat Scientist. And that's another guy that's always in the Discord room too, by the way. And we had a guy just put up GFox. Going back to GFox, we had a guy just pull up GFox. GFox here's another one on GFox. 42 million shares traded in this stock. This is a double. This is a triple. This was a triple yesterday, right? Put up almost 9 million shares yesterday. Now today, very similar setup. So when I talk about GSDC, I'm looking at something like this, where it was a triple, then all of a sudden it hit, the doubles, or now this one is so thin, could hit a penny tomorrow. I honestly think it will hit a penny tomorrow because it tapped it today. So GFox, very similar today. GFox should be on your radar tomorrow too, based on what GFox did. Now GFox still in the doubles. All right, which each gives you the same thing in GSDC too, because that's in the doubles. I like these triples and doubles. They're setting up really nicely. What's that other? We also had a guy call about CCTL. Let me see here. CCTL, right? He just called about CCTL. That one's setting up really nicely. Last 3 days of gains. Wonderful looking candlesticks too. Beautiful looking candlesticks. Another guy, Bat Scientist, brought up CNXS. Connexus, which is the Mike Tyson Bitcoin. All right, declining volume. That's interesting. Declining volume in that. I'll still watch it though, because it's still putting on gains, even though volume has been relatively light in compared to where it was last week. So we're looking at a possible very close to a retest of that 0.016 level. And obviously, if it breaks the high, you're going to see some more momentum come into that Mike Tyson Bitcoin stock, CNXS. IFAN. Yeah, IFAN is another one. IFAN. It's so funny because I was looking at IFAN, and then I accidentally put an M there, and then I put IFAM. And IFAM, Infrastructure Materials Corporation, is a nothing company. But I tried to get in contact. I found the owners on like LinkedIn, and I'm supposed to be having like a conversation with him later. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I found the guy who owns that company. Interesting enough. iFan. Yes, iFan has been doing relatively well, even though their shares are slightly, declining, but still putting on good gains in iFan. But as I said before, you're going to see declining volume in some of these doubles and triples, right, as they go higher because they're getting more expensive, so people can't afford to buy as much. So when I say declining volume, I'm not saying that in a bad way, because this is actually what you want to see as a triple goes into a double and then eventually a penny, right? Because you're not going to see 40 million shares move on an OTC stock trading at 5 cents, trading at 6 cents, 7 cents. You're probably not going to see that kind of volume. You'll see it do that when it's triple nothing because everybody can afford to buy a ton at those prices. But as it moves higher, you actually will see the volume come down because it's getting a little bit more and more expensive. Scottrade doesn't let anybody buy anything. Scottrade is the most commie broker out there, bro. Scottrade is the biggest commie broker. Fuck Scottrade, man. I swear Scottrade is like that teacher that just won't let you do anything. Like they're stuck in the damn past. The platform looks like something out of 1993, bro. Have you gone to the stock trade platform? Just looks outdated. It just looks horrible. I mean, I think they eventually sold out, right? Didn't they sell out to somebody? Yeah, Scottrade is horrible. They don't let anybody buy anything. They don't. If it was up to Scottrade, you wouldn't even be able to buy OTC stocks. Period. Honestly, they don't even want you trading that. And I think they actually add a cost for people who trade OTC stocks, if I'm not correct, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, that's why you don't see the owner flying them stupid ass helicopters anymore. He used to make those commercials where he was on this little Scottrade helicopter. Fuck out of here. And I think TD made a crack at it, like, well, we don't have any helicopters, but what we can offer you. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was way back when. Yeah, E-Trade dropped commissions, but it's not enough. Everybody's at $4.95 now. E-Trade is like, oh, okay, we'll do $6.95. No. They had to do something though. E-Trade had to do something. I'm loving $4.95 right now though. Thinking about switching from Robinhood to SureTrade when I get a bigger account. I hear SureTrade doesn't have the PDT rule. Yeah, you're absolutely right, David K. SureTrade doesn't have the PDT rule. But let me ask some guys, because I want these guys who want to get around the PDT rule. Are you really that good that you need to trade like anytime? Like you because I'm just curious. Are you really that? Because I mean, if you're that good that you feel like the 5 days or 4 in 5 days is hindering you, I want to see how I want to see your results. I'm just curious because the PDT rule is a commie rule too. Is a commie rule too. I'm full agreement with that, but I'm like, man, it's not. It wasn't necessarily killing me like that though. But I get what you're saying though. I guess I get what you're saying because sometimes, man, even if you're not doing that great, you still want to be able to have the opportunity to take advantage of moves when they develop. You see what so I get what you're saying. It's not that you want to overtrade. You just want to be able to take advantage of moves when they happen. Right? And sometimes you get into the trade, you fuck up, right? Because this has happened, right? You get into the trade, it goes against you, you fuck up, boom, that's 1 day trade right there. Right? You see another move, you get in, that doesn't go the right way, boom, that's 2. Because that's happened before. So that's if it's that way, then I get what you're saying. But some guys just like, yeah, man, I just want to be able to, buy after hours, sell pre-market. Yeah, that's a good way, Bats. And again, all these brokers, Fidelity, TD, they all allow you to buy pre-market as well as after hours. I believe TD and all of them do allow you to do that. Obviously, that comes with the higher price stocks. Yeah, TD now is $6.95. Absolutely right. Well, Juan, I think E-Trade is moving. I want to say it's like March 5th or something like that. I think it's still 99, but I think it's like till like March 5th or something. Yeah, because even the 495 at Charles Schwab, that's not until like the 4th or something like that. So they're rolling it in. Yeah, they're rolling it in. March 13th. Okay, for E-Trade. See, that's too far. Look at that. March 13th? Come on, they didn't have to wait that long. They didn't have to wait that long. E-Trade is so full of shit. E-Trade is so full of shit. They didn't have to put it back to March 13th. Everybody else announced it, and then they gave 1 week. And the E-Trade's like, yeah, we'll do $6.95 in about 3 weeks. I was in the trade, 2000 head over, PDT next day, gap down. Yeah, PDT is horrible. I don't know. You're gonna have to look that up. Somebody who has TD, let Master 82 know when is TD actually moving to 695. Each trade is 495 if you make so many trades a month. Yeah, but that's the only way you can hit that amount, Michael B, is if you have if you're over the PDT rule. So if you're over 25,000 in your account, that's how slick they are. They'll give you the 495, but in order to reach that amount, you can't. It's almost impossible to reach that amount without being over the PDT. All right. So again, let's wrap it up with a few more tickers here. I'll get you West Coast people to bed with some good looking tickers. Again, we've already talked about so many. Let's talk about some other ones that you guys have probably looked at recently that we discussed here on the show. AZFL. AZFL, I think it's a wrap. Would we say it's a wrap for AZFL? Not yet, right? Every time we say it's dead, all of a sudden it roars back. Every time we say it's dead, all of a sudden, the stock roars back. So I'm not going to say this is dead yet. AZFL was actually up yesterday slightly. But AZFL, not off the radar just yet, man. Still got a lot of people in there. And, pullback was really strong today. We'll see. AZFL, a stock that was hot for some time. Yeah, SHIP. I tweeted about SHIP. Yesterday. But SHIP really, I don't know. I thought it would do a lot more, man. 3 cent was good. The bands were really, really tight on SHIP. The bands were tight as hell, and we were like, oh, okay, so SHIP is gonna pop. But you can't tell me that you thought that it would pop only 3 cents. I thought it would do a lot more than that. I like Africa Emporium. I like your tickers there. Although I don't like Snap. Snap is too expensive. Yeah, Vaughn. I looked into options. I played a little options. Not a big part of my, investment philosophy, but I like options. And I haven't seen Sinclair in the chat room in a minute. Hope he's all right. But STM, Sinclair and his STM, man, he's been killing it, man. STM has been using that 20-day moving average like support. When it does start to pull back, it bounces right off of it. But STM, man, this has been a wonderful Trump stock, STM. We're talking about NVIDIA and AMD, but STM, ST Microelectronics, has been killing it, man. It's been on fire since the election of Donald Trump. Okay. Q DeMaio, you said you got some STM today. All right. Yeah, STM sitting nice, $15 stock. Not cheap, but very reliable. Looks like something you got to go long in. KTOV, huge, $2.5 million day, but ever since then, real slow. All right, no volume there on that, man. No volume. Cadillac Mac, KTOV, no volume. Yeah, they had that one day, but then was followed up by pretty much duds. ICLD. Yeah, ICLD. Here's another one. 1 cent a share, knocking on 2. You're up. I mean, man, you're up almost 100% in 2 days in ICLD. You know, again, this is why a lot of people run away from those stocks that crash hard. But as you can see, these are, many times buying opportunities, and the AZFL looks a lot like this, right? The stock ran up, pulled back, and has cooled off, and then all of a sudden, here you go in 2 days, the smart money that got here on oversold at a penny a share is now looking at possibly and more than likely doubling their money at the open tomorrow in ICLD. So ICLD investors who got in on, let's say you just got in yesterday at that low, you're sitting really good. All right, CHIT, here's another one. CHIT oversold these last 2 days. All right, so you had a huge day on the 28th. All right, you did not get confirmation on the 1st, as well as today, no confirmation on bullish momentum. So are you looking to retest this bottom? Are you looking to retest the bottom of the 28th? Could be, but who knows? And it looks like you had a run, but that was much further ago. CHIT very bearish over the course of last week and a half. So I guess you didn't get confirmation of the bottom there. All right, so that's either going to be support for you tomorrow if you continue to go lower, or obviously if you get below that, then that's the danger zone if you break the low. Yes, Juan Perez. Yeah, that's relatively low. If the float is in fact only 50 million, and if I don't know if I have any MKAU investors still watching, but yeah, if that float is only 50 million, as you say, that is considered low float for an OTC stock. If it's only 50 million, yeah, absolutely. And that's one of our stocks to watch, including GSDC, tomorrow. LEXG, yeah, all the lithium plays. We're really liking the lithium plays. LEXG is one of them. LITH, off the top of my head, that's another one. LITH, another lithium play that's going for a discount right now off these last 2 days. You're down 7% today. I think you might be able to get that one cheaper. You might be able to get under the 4s in LITH. LTUM, Lithium Corporation, going at 7 cents a share. All right, so LEXG, LITH, LTUM, those are 3 OTC lithium plays that I really like. And you can choose between the 2. URRE, yeah, URRE is good too. URRE, uranium. It's a uranium play. All right. Gold is also doing relatively well. As I told you, that GSDC is the one that we're looking at tomorrow. In fact, I'll probably send an email out to alert people on, because this candlestick is just ridiculous, man. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's ridiculous. Some other gold plays out here. There are also some other gold plays out there as well. That pulled back at CSMF. What else do we have out here? What's that Brazil? Is that Brazil play still out there? BRZL. Is that the same? No, I don't know if that's the same one. What's that Brazil play that was like the Arab guy who owned I think it was BMIX. BMIX. Was it BMIX? I think it was BMIX. Okay, that had a huge day today, BMIX. It's ran by like this Arab guy who has this mining company, Brazil Minerals. BMIX. That's had a pretty good couple of days as well. That's one to watch as well. LIT is the lithium ETF. Okay. Yeah, Trucker TGD. That's the TGD. That's another gold play. That one is really sensitive to JNUG. That one's really sensitive to JNUG. BIEL. As the gentleman called up and mentioned, BIEL, that's got some news that should be coming down the pipe relatively soon. You know? South Gobi Resources, SGQ. Okay, SGQRF. SGQRF, kind of expensive. Low, kind of expensive right now. 35 cents. And I'm not big into stocks that are expensive and then no volume. I don't mind if it's low volume and it's dirt cheap, and then check level 2 to make sure that it's not cheap because you just have somebody's desperate to get out. Parker Mills, I'm going to be a lot happier, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow because we gotta, I want everybody in here to call your senators, call your congressmen, and get Jeff Sessions to quit. You want me to be confident about marijuana? You want to be confident about marijuana? We're going to see confidence restored to marijuana if we can get Jeff Sessions get the fuck out of there. That's when we're gonna get that situation better. BIRZF. Okay, I don't know why my thing is not playing. Well, yeah, that was BRIZF. Yeah, we got to get Jeff Sessions out of there. Level 2, yeah. Well, because if somebody's in a stock that hasn't done anything in a while, they'll go ahead and put like $1 million, $1 million shares or 10 million shares at the ask for like 0001 just because they just want out. They just want out. But the real cost of the shares is like 5 or 6 cents. I hope so, man. Dude, that's the greatest thing ever is if we can get Jeff Sessions. That's why I'm saying call your congressman, call your senator, tell him Jeff Sessions needs to resign. He's a liar, and you need to stand up for what's right in America and tell Jeff Sessions he's got to resign. That's the greatest thing we can do. Trump he's still got what, 27 months until he's got to run for president again. But fuck Jeff Sessions, bro. Fuck Jeff Sessions. If it's about making money in weed stocks or Jeff Sessions, I'm going to take the bag. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this money. Fuck Jeff Sessions, dude. 20 years from now, when most of us in here are in our 40s or 50s or 60s or however old you are, Jeff Sessions will be long gone. But these weed stocks and these and marijuana is still going to be around. And we are delaying the inevitable by allowing this man to create laws and enforce archaic laws. We're stopping ourselves from being able to make more money. Yeah, the guy's like 70, 73, 74 years old or something, man. We got to put pressure on our congressmen to get him the fuck out of there. BIEL. Now some of these Democrats are actually looking right when they said he wasn't qualified. Ricky Lindo, you think it's starting to run? All right, yeah, Ricky Lindo, you brought it up, BIEL. That's why I like that doji pattern, and I hope we get confirmation on it tomorrow. That doji after 3 days of losses looks very, very prominent there. So if we get confirmation tomorrow, on Friday, that sets up the stock for a very interesting week. Yeah, it could very well be that delayed reaction. So we'll see what happens. You say they're already trying to get Sessions out. Yeah, he blatantly lied, man. You blatantly lied. Beal, yummy. But I don't even know who he would replace with. I think anybody would be better than Jeff Sessions. That's terrifying. The fact that we got a guy who, is enforcing these archaic laws. This is a man who, went to a segregated high school. Jeff Sessions, man, this guy's, you want to talk, this guy, man, this is a man who, took a shit in a segregated bathroom, bro, in high school. Can you believe that? This is the man that is making laws for all of us. Get him the fuck out of there. Just scary, bro. Okay, let's get back to these GBSN Bill Betts. Let me see, GBSN. Huge move in GBSN. 120 million shares traded. 37% gain in the stock. GBSN, that's the ticker. 601, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Sal?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
This is John from Florida.
All right, John, what you got for us, man?
I just wanted to throw out a ticker just to watch, see what you thought about it. It's GMER.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I remember this coming up on Tuesday, the gamer play. I actually like it now that it's down because when he called up, it was another guy who called up about gamer. And gamer,
did he? Okay.
Yeah, it's another guy. He called up. This was on Tuesday. Tuesday or Monday, and he called about Good Gaming. And Good Gaming now down 33% at 0002. I'm thinking, do I take a, I looked at it and I'm like, do I take a risk and get here at 0002? And I don't want it to go down one more because if it goes down one more, you're down, almost 100%. You know what I'm saying? If it goes to 0001. Yeah. So you're taking a risk here now at 0002. But if you're looking to go long, maybe this is actually an entry and you could care less what happens, over the next several days in the stock. But GMER, I think if you're willing to go long, it might be worth it because I don't see you've tapped one at all.
Right.
I'm actually looking for when was the last time you tapped the ones. And the last time the stock actually tapped one was, let me see here, October 16th of 2015. October 16th of 2015 is when you tapped one. So you're actually at the low. Okay, so you're at a very good support for the stock. Okay. Yeah, so in 2016 you never tapped 0001. All right, so John, you're actually at the bottom in GMER. So if you scrap up these 0002s, you're at the low of the low for 2016, of course, and 2017. But you're at bottom, man. You haven't seen 0001 for almost 3 years in the stock so far.
Okay. Yeah, and I was looking at, you might have seen it already, but they released some news saying that they plan to monetize the social networking. And they announced that they have record sign-ups and plans to expand to additional titles and publishers.
Oh, wow.
I was looking at the filings, too. They released their 8K.
Okay.
It basically showed that they were in compliance with online gambling laws, showed their financial models, different ways that they make money, revenue streams, monthly fees, advertising.
Yeah.
I was looking at the website. The website looked okay, too. So it looks like it could maybe make a move up, maybe tomorrow or something like that. I don't know how strongly the news will impact it, but I mean, obviously that's pretty good news, and the 8K doesn't look that bad. So I'm thinking it might be a pretty good place. So I just wanted to throw it out there to just to watch, see what it does, see what you thought about it, and also I want to run by. I was the guy who was going to put $7,000 in the Snap.
Oh yeah. Okay. So wait, what did you end up doing?
Yeah, I was planning on doing it, but I mean, because this is because I'm still new to the stock market and everything. So this is my first time ever actually trying to play an IPO.
Okay.
So it was supposed to come out at $17, and I had my order in at $17, of course.
Yeah.
But as soon as it started trading, it jumped straight to 23.
Of course.
So I didn't realize it would do that, but I mean, now I know that most IPOs that come out, even though they listed at a certain price, if it's hot, then it's gonna come out way above that certain price.
Which is funny because I bet you everybody who works at the investment bank who started it for them got in at 17 or even lower. So, that's the thing about these IPOs, man. I think they're made for retail to lose, especially in the open like that. But with that being said, man, okay. I mean, what's your next move for this stock, though? I mean, not for this stock, but for that money. Are you going to put in a little bit in this stock?
To my GMER?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I just kind of want to see what you thought about it. Sounds like you don't think it's a bad move.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of watch it. And see what it does. I don't want to get burnt or anything like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for taking my call. Not a problem. Thank you, John. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Call back anytime. And, John, make sure you look at that GSDC tomorrow. And I'm looking at this GMER. I'm trying to see what's on level 2 for GMER. Down 33%. You're at the bottom now, 0002. And I'm not seeing anything on level 2 so far. All right, so you had some huge bids. You had some heavy buy on that 0002. They're stacking on that 0002s. They're buying that up. So, John, if you're looking to get in at the 0002s, I would get in relatively quickly on Good Gaming if you're looking to go long there, because it doesn't look like you'll be there for very much longer. You had some people getting out. You got some people slapping that. You definitely got some people slapping the ass there. But I think once those sellers are gone, got some good things coming. Barn Chips thoughts on Dries. I think Dries is a rat, man. We talked about Dries, and I mean, what else can you say about Dries, man? It's so hard to predict. It's so hard to decide where it's going. We all got fooled on that move on the 28th. What can you say about Dries, man? It's exactly, Big Zini. Love and hate. It's a love and hate thing when it comes to Dries, because when it runs, you're loving it because it's so easy to trade when it's running. It's so easy to slap the bid and make yourself 30 to 40 cents a share relatively quickly, because there's so much volume, so much movement. But when it's not doing anything, it's just you hate it. You absolutely hate it. All right. But yeah, Gamer was the ticker we just discussed, GMER. And yes, at 0002, that's the low. That's the low of the stock. You haven't hit a penny since 2015. So, and those 0002s are being bought up. I see somebody slapping the ass, so somebody's selling a ton of shares. But I think when those get picked up, you're looking to run pretty good on that. Yeah, dries does seem to be, as I said, a love-hate relationship. Okay. All right. DCTH, let's look at a couple more before I wrap the show up for the evening. Again, tomorrow's our Friday show. Well, we'll talk the state of the economy. Whether or not, again, don't want to get too much into Jeff Sessions because we'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. And God knows what else is going to be uncovered tomorrow at the Trump administration. We just found out just before the show, the vice president was using his personal email address to do government business. How could you be so dumb to use your personal email address and you're the governor of the state of Indiana? And then he ended up getting hacked. And now the emails are slowly leaking out. We'll talk about that later tomorrow as well. VDRM after the weekly wrap up, or if somebody calls in and goes into it. You guys know Friday is whatever. Some huge trades in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins got traded. That was almost a while ago now. But that was a dumbass trade. The Kings, I don't know what they're thinking about. I don't even know. I mean, they could have had a Hall of Fame quality team by now. All those amazing players they've had over the years. Some really dumb NBA trades lately. VDRM, 4 cents a share, down 10%. That looks like an entry for somebody. Okay, maybe hold off on that. Just see if you can get it a little bit cheaper. And then 76ers losing their big man. He was making Philadelphia great again, according to Prolix, or who I can't remember who said that. All right. CBIS, yeah. Let's get some confirmation on CBIS tomorrow. Let's definitely get some confirmation on CBIS. I want to see CBIS do well, because if CBIS does well, MJNA is going to do well. And I'm continuing to stay long on MJNA, but I'm starting to get a little scared now, man. MJNA down. Now we're at 11 cents. I thought, after what happened yesterday, that we're going to get more confirmation on the turnaround. So we'll see. And as I've said before, call your senator, call your House of Representative member, tell them, hey, I want to hear you, support legitimacy, and tell Jeff Sessions he's got to pack his shit and get out. Because that right there is going to help marijuana stocks if we get that guy out of there. Cousins and Davis in the paint is going to be awesome. Well, we'll see. We'll see, man. The Pelicans as an organization, well, yeah, I mean, I like Davis, but the Pelicans as an organization, man, it kind of goes back to, I remember what E.T., the hip-hop preacher, was talking about Kobe Bryant, and when Kobe got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets in 95, 1 overall, and he said, I'm not playing for the Charlotte Hornets, because Kobe Bryant knew that the Charlotte Hornets weren't about winning. He knew if he went to L.A., that was an organization that wants to win. And I believe that. You have some organizations in the NFL and the NBA that don't really want to win. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always say the same teams in the playoffs year after year after year, because some organizations they demand victory. Some organizations don't. The Browns, you know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about winning in Cleveland. Let's be honest. The Cleveland Browns don't give a fuck about winning. The Los Angeles Raiders don't give a fuck about winning. The Kansas City Chiefs, they don't give a fuck about winning. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they don't give a fuck about winning. The Patriots, they demand victories. The Steelers, they demand victories. Broncos, they demand victories. They're organizations that demand to win. You know, I mean, that's just how I feel. B-O-T-Y. B-O-T-Y. Okay, yeah, this is that, lingerie championship, lingerie fighting championship. Lingerie fighting championship. B-O-T-Y. Yeah, this is kind of one of those stocks you just kind of got to go long in. And there might be a pump here sooner or later. You're actually at very low. You're actually at a support level on BOTY. So if you're actually looking to go long, this might be your opportunity. That might be your opportunity. BOTY. Wasn't there the girls football that football organization arena, the girls arena football? What happened to that league? Is that league still? Was it called like lingerie football or something like that? That shit was fun, man. And those girls were hot, too. Those girls were hot, man. Did you guys ever watch that? It would be like 7-on-7 girls tackle. Lingerie football. Was it called lingerie football? Those girls were hot, man. And they could really play. Like, they could really throw. They can catch and tackle and shit. Lingerie football, yeah. Lingerie Legends Football League. I think they don't they have a ticker? Dude, I think they do trade, man. Hold on. They have a ticker, man. Let me see here. I swear they have a ticker, man. Don't they? I thought they did. Maybe I'm tripping. Or maybe I'm getting booty compared to BOTY. Legends. Business Group. Legends. I swear they had a ticker. Football. Okay. But I mean, Major League Football. Who's behind this damn company? I didn't want to talk about this because it's such a fucking scam. But who's behind this Major League Football stock, though? MLFB? Who's buying this, man? Major League Football Incorporated? Who's actually buying this, dude? Who's actually buying this ticker, man? This is ridiculous. RNVA. Yeah, we talked about RNVA. It's like a rip-off NFL, dude. Let me see here. Major League Football Incorporated. And it's got volume. It's actually got volume. Major League Football Incorporated operates a professional spring-summer football league that establishes company-owned franchising in emergent growth cities overlooked by existing professional sports league and providing fans with professional football in off seasons. Actually, you know what? That's a good look. If they're just doing it in the spring and summer, if they're doing it in just the spring and summer, and their website looks legit. I mean, their website is legit. Major League Football. You know, here's the website right here. It looks legit too. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I wouldn't mind seeing some athletes that can't, necessarily play in the NFL that much. I would love to see them play in the summer league. Like I would do anything to see one of my favorite running backs of all time, Ricky Williams. I would love to see Ricky back in uniform, man. Ricky Williams was a beast. I'd love to see, well, let me see here. What was his name? What was the guy before? Oh man, Sean. What was this guy? He used to be the running back for the Seahawks. Sean something. Sean. Oh man. But anyway, he was a badass running back. He was before this guy who just got done. You said Ricky is on the. Yeah, Ricky Williams the shit, man. I love Ricky Williams. Sean Alexander. Thank you. Sean Alexander. He's too old now, but I mean, I was a big fan of Sean Alexander. you know. But yeah, man, I fuck with that league, man. I like what they're doing. You know what? I take that back because I was calling them a scam. I take that back. But now that I've actually read the fact that it's just a spring and summer and they're not actually trying to go up against the NFL, I take that back. I shouldn't have jumped to that conclusion. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have jumped to that conclusion. I got to give them a bomb for that. Let me give them one of DJ Clues' bombs for that. Uh-oh, wrong one. Oh, there it goes. There we go. For Major League Football. For Major League Football, man. So now that we put that stock out there, Bad Scientist, he says he's bullish on it at 10 cents a share. At 10 cents a share, let me go back to this website again, man. And again, I want you guys to take a look at it. You know, take a look at the Major League Football League. I don't like their name, Major League Football, but it's okay. It's all right. What else could they call themselves? But I mean, just think about it. If you don't get drafted in the NFL, right? All right, because you got a lot of good people who aren't gonna get drafted this year. For example, this guy who was like 2 years ago. You guys remember 2 years ago, this running back out of Stanford. They were talking about him being like the next Heisman Trophy winner, and now they're talking about he might not even get drafted. He might not even get drafted. There are a lot of badass running backs in college football right now, you know, that are sitting at home or going to be sitting at home in a couple months, in a couple weeks, right? Because during the preseason, all these rosters swell up to like 60, 65 guys, 70 guys, 75 guys. And then you got to get down to a 55-man roster. That's a lot of talent, a lot of young dudes who have nothing to do. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey. They're talking about Christian McCaffrey probably not getting drafted, man. That's crazy. That dude's a beast. But then they're talking about like, yeah, he might go 6th round, 7th round. I'm like, 7th round? This guy was borderline Heisman Trophy winner. Now he's going maybe 6th, maybe 7th round. That's crazy. Yeah, Marshall Faulk. Yeah, Marshall Faulk was something else, man. Marshall Faulk was just hungry, dude. That was a guy. I think did he go undrafted? He said Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens looks like he can play though. Terrell Owens looks like I don't know. Terrell Owens has got them slave jeans, man. That dude's got them slave jeans because that dude rip off his shirt and his damn abs is like, you know, like that nigga can go right back to picking some cotton. Yeah. BTCS. Yeah, we talked about BTCS. That was or BTSC, excuse me, Bitcoin Services. Yeah, that gapped up huge today, almost 100 points. Well, that wasn't a gap up, excuse me. That just soared huge and closed up nice and high. BTSC. Watch that one tomorrow. Yeah, there you go, Truckster. Yeah, D-League NFL. Exactly, man. It's a D-League for the NFL. It's a D-League for the NFL. You know what? That sums it up right there. A D-League for the NFL. Yeah, man. Maybe we can get Tim Tebow to come back and play some football. Although I think he's doing really good in baseball out here. He's doing really good in baseball. So shout out to Tim Tebow, man. I want to see that guy win. Tim Tebow's got a lot of haters out there because, you know, he's a religious guy and he's a real clean-cut type of dude. So you got a lot of haters that's just, you know, not really trying to give this dude an opportunity. But, you know, and plus you got a lot of people in the NFL who just have this idea of how a quarterback should be. And he doesn't really fit that mold. But shout out to Tim Tebow getting an opportunity to do something, man. Guy's an athlete. At the end of the day, man, you know, a winner is a winner. You know what I mean? I feel like a winner is a winner. You gotta put a winner in a position to do something for you. So shout out to the Mets. And I honestly wish Tim Tebow the best in that. Yeah. Continue on, sir. Yeah, he's a winner, man. Everything Tebow touches, man, he starts winning. He's the type of guy like, you put him in a team, he makes everybody better. I don't understand why you don't want to put a guy like that on the field. Yeah, GSDC is the play. GSDC is the play tomorrow. I can't say that enough. Said it a million times. GSDC. That is the play tomorrow. Watch out for the email in the morning. GSDC. That stock is going to a penny. I can't wait to talk about it tomorrow after it does that. GSDC. Tebow. He said Tebow's buying GSDC. He said he can't play QB. Well, I mean, that's the thing. He can play anything else. All right. Africa Emporium buying that Mike Tyson Bitcoin as well as the other Bitcoin play. 340%. Yeah, why not? Why not, Ricky Lindo? Let's see what happens. It's so thin, though. That's the problem. It's so thin. Again, you can say the same thing because I'm looking at a couple stocks tomorrow. GSDC, all right, GSDC, the Goldlands company, and then I'm looking at the other one the guy called about CCTL. Here's another stock that's up, almost 100% plus over the course of, 3 days. He said Allen Iverson. Yeah, Allen Iverson signed up to be in that other league Dr. Dre's making, right? That other league Dr. Dre's making. Was it Dr. Dre or Ice Cube? I think it's Ice Cube. I'm sorry. I think it's Ice Cube. Triller, as he say, Tim Tebow's ego. Okay. Well, I mean, he wants to be a quarterback, man. He played quarterback most of his life. He wants to play quarterback. If your heart's not in it, man, if you want to, his heart's not in being a wide receiver. I can't see him being a wide receiver or a kick returner or some shit like that. Yeah. I remember when, I would always trade to get Tim Tebow, man. I would just run options all day. My favorite team is the Saints. So what I was doing, man, I would trade for Tim Tebow. I think this was like Madden 10 or 09 or something like that. I would trade for Tim Tebow, and I would just run options or run and goes and shit like that. Man, them linebackers couldn't stand me, man. I was killing the game. I had like Tim Tebow with like 1,500 yards rushing. I was killing the game, bro. Tim Tebow and Madden. Now I don't know anymore. I don't know if he's in the one that just came out. I haven't even played the new one. But I was killing Tim Tebow back in like Madden 10, Madden 09. Man, Tim Tebow had like 85, 88 speed or some shit like that. And you can build him up to like 90 something speed. BPMX. 48 cents a share. All right, last few tickers before we get up out of here. Again, please press like. Please press like. Let me see. SBBP. Strongbridge Biopharma. Here's another big move in Strongbridge Biopharma. 22% gain. SBBP. 800,000 shares traded. I love those candlesticks. I like that candlestick where it's I don't like the wick below it, but when it's you got a solid bar candle with a long wick. I've always believed if you can get confirmation of the next day being very good, you jump into that. That's why I'm excited about that, the stock I keep talking about. GSDC along with CCTL. What else have we talked about today? I mean, a bunch of other plays we've talked about today. Somebody brought up CVRS. Yeah, CVRS. IDRA, BBRD, BIEL, MKAU going live tomorrow. MKAU going live tomorrow. That could be a 50% gainer right there. MKAU. That could possibly be a 50% mover tomorrow. But again, I keep bringing up that gold play because what it did today, 300% gain today alone. Again, when people get home and they see that move, they put in bids on that. They put in bids on that to get that higher because they think they could possibly get a second day out of it. That's why I'm going to look at that strongly, and I suggest you put in it tomorrow. GFox, yes, Mike Reynolds, thank you. GFox, that's another one. GFox, GFox ran 85% today. That could be 100% tomorrow, or it could be another 50. So I don't know what could be coming on that. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. If we get confirmation on more green on GFox, confirmation tomorrow on GSDC. All right, Bad Scientist, he says URRE earnings before market open tomorrow. So you're probably gonna really love that, being that you can buy pre-market. And if you're with any of these these brokers, top tier brokers like E-Trade, TD, all right, Charles Schwab, you can buy pre-market. OPMZ, 40% gain today. All right. Reaching the 003s on OPMZ. All right. When does the NFL what's it called? Like before the draft and stuff like that. The combine. When does the combine start? I used to love to watch the combine, man. I watch the combine all damn day. Is the combine already started? Shit. Oh, it starts tomorrow. Oh, shit. Yeah, I used to watch the combine, especially the 40s, man. I loved watching the 40s. I love watching the 40s, man. So yeah, we got a lot of things to do tomorrow, man. You got the NFL Combine, you got GSDC running, many other stocks we just talked about running. That's what's up. Yeah. They're gonna dump it tomorrow's close. Seems like everyone's jumping. Well, here's the thing, Mike Reynolds. Supposedly we're gonna have more news tomorrow. We had news every single day, but the news was like, God, man, it was very disappointing. I've been grateful because the stock hasn't crashed. So if the news isn't impactful tomorrow, I'm out of POTN. Fuck that, man. I mean, I'll just take my loss and run with it. So GSDC, GSDC is what I'm hoping for. Some CET, I'm looking for maybe some other stocks that have been running that have pulled back strongly. Possibly a second win coming in some of these stocks that we've talked about here that had incredible weeks that have pulled back strongly. I'm looking at possibly those options. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, and we got a fight this weekend. And Miss Whitley, what is that? Is that the Woodley fight? Is that the Woodley fight that's this weekend? Who's fighting this weekend? I could never do this UFC shit, man. These UFC people are crazy. Bashing people in the head, and I'm good on that, man. Who's fighting this weekend? Is it Tyrone Woodley? That dude's a beast too. I'd never want to run into that dude in a dark alley. That brother looks like he can damn choke you to death with one hand. Yeah. Can you imagine walking in a dark alley and Tyrone Woodley's walking towards you with a hoodie on? And you're like, oh, shit. Okay. All right, take it easy. Take it easy now. What are we going to do? Because I've been in those situations. You ever been in those situations? You walking home or walking from somewhere at night and you got a big dude walking towards you and you just like, okay, all right, I see you. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? You just got your alarm is a little bit, you know, like, okay, what's about to go down? Yeah. Yeah. That's when you wish you were a gun owner. You know what I'm saying? That's when you wish you're like, damn. Truman and Garcia. Okay, I don't know any of those. Truman and Garcia. Okay. All right, so smaller dudes. Okay. Keith Truman and Danny Garcia. All right. Good luck to them. You say you don't watch UFC? Kimbo Slice? Yeah, Kimbo Slice. Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice, man. Feel sorry. I can't believe he died, man. That was crazy. I mean, he didn't even have that much of a career left. He only had like a couple fights left, and he was already going into the whole like being in movies and kind of doing just kind of that kind of thing. So for him to die like that, man, that was crazy. And he had a lot of mouths to feed too, so man, I just feel so bad for his family. I hope he had life insurance. All right. PPHM flipping stocks. Hey, flipping stocks, are you a promoter? Are you a promoter flipping stocks? And that guy who calls up during the show too, Mark. I think Mark who calls up at the beginning, I have a feeling he's a promoter. I don't know why sometimes you guys call up my show and like don't want to, you know, tell us what you do, because you'd actually be surprised if you were just to come clean with people and just say, hey, I promote stocks and this is like you'll actually get more support. You know, the fact that you guys hide it, and that's how people get in trouble. You know, I'm more than happy to tell people, hey man, I promote stocks. I'm trying to be a promoter. I'm trying to, you know, I can't find a job. You know, these white folks won't hire me. You know, hey, if you got a promoter, I can run my mouth. You know, if you own a company, you need your ticker ran, video, I'll do it. And people respect that. People respect that, man. Yeah, I think Mark is a promoter too. I'll tell y'all straight up, man. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. You know, I came straight out and told you guys that at the beginning. Go watch my early videos. I was like, look, man, I ain't got no job. I promote for a living because I need some money. And, you know, 99% of people who watch me are cool with it. The fact that I promote. You know, flipping stocks. You said, no, you're not a promoter? Okay. All right. Buy silver bullion. Looking to turn 20K. All right. Yeah, well, that's what it's about, Desert Edge. Bad Scientist. Yeah, there it is. Shout out to the Bad Scientist, man. Yeah, GSDC is going to move, man. GSDC is going to move. Yearn, what's the ticker? You said Putin killed Kimbo Slice. They always run huge when he talks like this. Yeah. Silver dumped today, SLV. Well, I mean, damn, shit. Damn, silver did dump today, man. What's going on with that? But I think now we're kind of oversold now, though, unless we get confirmation of this bearish trend that is now began in SLV. We'll see. VRSSF. All right, please press like on this video. We're about to close things up here. Please press like on this video. VRSSF versus services versus systems. 37 cents a share. I don't know much about this company. Let's look into it real quick. Trades on the second highest level of the OTC standard. OTCQB versus systems. Company is developing a software platform that allows video game publishers and developers to offer prize-based matches and tournaments of their games. This proprietary trading technology is being integrated into select games that are planned to be in market early 2017. All right, see what they're talking about. Versus systems, interesting business. Yeah, I would look into their 10K and see how legit their situation is. Trading at 37 cents a share, down just slightly under 1% today. Looks like you got some interesting volume. Looks like they're a relatively newcomer, as there hasn't had any trading history whatsoever. How much I'd love to be some of these people in here at 19 or 20 cents a share. Relatively new company though, versus systems. Okay, interesting. Man, bad scientists don't even talk about Banro. Oh my God. All right, so Bad Scientist had put out his list. Again, GSDC is the ticker tomorrow. I'm going to be pushing that. I know a whole bunch of other people are going to be pushing that. As I've told you earlier. What else? CCTL. Bitcoin stocks are hot right now, man. Bitcoin is hot right now. Bitcoin is hot right now. We had Bitcoin putting in records. Bitcoin putting in records. Silver collapsing. Gold maintaining. Bitcoin doing its thing though. GFOX is turned up. USMJ. Last time I checked, is USMJ? Yeah, USMJ still kind of. I don't know, man. USMJ. Sal, you said you believe it's a scam. I don't know, man. I just got too much shares out there right now in USMJ, Hiawatha. Just too many shares out there, man. NAVB. Okay, yeah. NAVB off a strong day tomorrow. Oh, strong day today, excuse me. Let's see if we get confirmation on that. Yeah, all the cryptocurrencies, Ryan, are hot. Well, there's only one legitimate one right now, which is Bitcoin. There's some other ones, but I know Bitcoin is the shit. Yeah, MJ's just got too much out there. MJTK, okay. Yeah, look, check out CBIS tomorrow. CBIS, I think SRNA at 15 cents a share. MJNA, we'll see. I don't know, man. So we'll see if CBIS can be the first marijuana play to finally be at least 2 days in a row green, because that would really help the whole sector a lot if we can see one of these classic plays finally show some kind of confirmation that the selling is over. HGG is done. Well, I mean, we kind of talked about that, but what's going on with HGG is done? But what about this one right here, HGGG? Hold on, what is that? Let me see here. I might be confused. HGGG, because there's two of them. There's HGG, and then H with 3 G's. Here's HGG, which is done. Yeah, it was a wrap. Okay, this didn't even trade. And then HGGGG, that's now up almost 100%. Yeah, that's in my watch list too. Right. So again, also Mark called up earlier. You know, I think he's a promoter, but the fact of the matter is, you know, his stock he talked about did do some things, and that stock is TORVF. Huge doji pattern today, but the stock was halted, so I guess you kind of give him that one. Give him a mulligan on today's action. So we'll see what happens, but you know, the fact that the stock was halted, I don't know what was that about. You know, why would the company call to halt the stock? That's very, very suspicious. I've never, you know, I mean, I've heard that happen before, but not necessarily like the whole day like that. What they're doing. Well, Cadillac Mac, you said they're out of business. INNV. It's a pump, man. It's a 2-day pump. You're up almost 100%. Yeah, you're up. You actually are up almost 105%. I don't know. I think that one, got to be careful on that one. MJTK is looking all right on MJTK. We just looked at that, but I mean, as an MJ play, you just can never be sure on MJ right now. MJ is very, very uncertain as a sector right now. As I said, call your senator, call your congressman. It takes 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to find out who your congressman and your senator is. Call them up, say, I want you to support, you know, Jeff Sessions to resign. Down with Sessions. Call your officials, man. Let them know. They need to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Put some pressures on, hey, he got to get out of here. He lied. Because it doesn't matter. We can just get another Republican out there. You know, I don't care. I mean, Trump isn't going to go anywhere. But let's get Sessions out of here, because Sessions is the problem. I don't mind Trump. I don't mind Trump and because he hasn't said anything about marijuana. Sessions is the issue. He's the problem. Trump has relatively liberal ideas when it comes to, you know, business. But Sessions is not open-minded when it comes to business. All right. So let me get out of here, folks. Really, really good plays. Bats, go ahead and put your list out, because I did see you had a really good list. I didn't get a chance to copy. But again, ladies and gentlemen, man, GSDC, that's my play for tomorrow. So watch that in your chat rooms. Participate in it if you can. Because I think we really are going to slap that 1 penny mark from where it is now. In fact, we're probably going to pass it. So slap it and slap it early. Slap it and slap it early. What else? Among, you know, again, a ton of other plays that were really hot today that could carry on tomorrow. You got some former runners from earlier in the week that have gone down. You have an opportunity to either, you know, maybe decide whether or not if they still got some air underneath their wings. So we'll see, man. I saw this other one, BBRD, Blackbird International. Here's another one, BBRD, 007. Actually, a little bit more expensive than my play. So spread your money a little bit. Just spread your money around a little bit. But, you know, look at my play, GSDC. I'll be sending an email out for that, because I like that a lot among some of these other ones. So BTCS, yeah, BTCS, BTSC, you know, BTSC, the Mike Tyson play. All the Bitcoins you got to look at, man. All the Bitcoins you got to look at. CNBX was the scam, though, man. CNBX is a little bit. CNBX is too hot, man. CNBX is just kind of a little bit too hot. That's one that I'm like, I don't know about that one, because that was incredible. I mean, this was, you know, this was, you know, it was just way too incredible. You know, this is like 18 cents. Yeah, this stock went from 19 cents to $8. No, 19 cents to $7.35. That's way too hot, man. From 19 cents to $7, bro, in a span of 6 months. That's CNBX. All right, so there's my list for today. There's my list for today. Number 1, GSDC. GSDC, that's my play for tomorrow. And so we'll see. Some of you guys made some really great calls today. MKAU should be on that list, by the way, too, man. MKAU going live tomorrow. I'm telling you, MKAU could be a 50% gainer as well. I'm going to see. Hopefully this thing works, because I'll be tuning in. Hopefully it works, and everybody can, you know. And if you're an investor in MKAU, then you better sign up for the service tomorrow. Don't just buy the stock. Sign up for the service so they'll have something to talk about. Hey, like, damn, you know, first day live, we had 10,000 signups, you know. You're only helping yourself, you know. But look into, again, my GSDC. If you haven't already, go ahead and click the like button. If you're new, please click subscribe. If you're new, please click subscribe right now. All right. And let me see here. Yeah, DLYT. Let me see here before I get out of here. Let me see. So get some of these profits, man. Big time the profits. Nothing but green tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, man. Nothing but green. Damn, we had almost 1,000%. Shit. All right, but yeah, it looks like there was some bids sitting low though. That's why. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Big green plays. On the march to Zion with 500% gains, man. You know what I'm saying? Londale Carter, thank you for joining us. Penny Stock Guru, Ricky Lindo, Cool Cats, Devon. Hey, stop making fun of my Jamaican, man. Trading Jedi, man. Martin Balasingas, SC Trucker, man. Yes. Peace, man. Rastafire, swing your head to the beats, man. Okay. So, yes, thank you to everybody who watched the show, who called in today. I appreciate you. Tomorrow is Friday. It's a chill day. We'll review the week. Stocks that could run next week. We'll talk about that as well. And whatever else is on your mind, man. We'll keep it PG tomorrow. And, you know, just you know, I want to kind of talk a lot of sports tomorrow, especially with the NFL Combine starting tomorrow, man. I'm hoping my team, my Saints, make some good picks. I can already tell you, I don't know who's got the first pick. I think the Browns. They're going to fuck it up. They always fuck it up. So with that being said, man, thank you for joining me. Q to Mayo. Appreciate it, Q, for the donation, man. If you can't donate $1, donate a like. But if you can donate $1, donate a brother $1, so I can get this show bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? I want to start doing some of these Google advertisements that you start seeing. Everybody, you know, jumps on my videos. So we get a lot more people in here. Join us in the Discord room. The Discord room. Let me put up the link. Shout out to everybody in the Discord room who types in there. Juan Perez and Money Stay Woke and Bo Vosh and Mag and all these people who participate in the Discord room. You ain't got to be there 24/7 if you just got some interesting thing you want to share with the people. You know, it's a great way people can tag you and get a hold of you when we're not live. There it is right there. That is the Discord room, the link to the Discord room. So go ahead and get back into that. All right. So that's the Discord room. We'll go ahead and I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. With my stock, GSDC, up another 500%, God willing. POTN, please just drop some incredible news. MKAU, I want you to be a success tomorrow. All right. I want green, man. I want everybody to win. I mean, there's so much money out here. There's more than enough money for everybody out here. Nobody has to be, greedy or don't want to share information. There's more than enough money for everybody, baby. So let me get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, man. Good night, everybody. Tune in tomorrow. Take care.